And with that, my friends, we return back to the Auroraverse once more. Hello everybody, welcome to the stream today. My name is SenseiSuplex, and I'm going to be the Dungeon Master of the evening, and today we have Soul Strikers, Episode 3 for Group 2. Hope everybody's had a great and fantastic day, but a couple of announcements. So if you guys are just tuning in for the first time, you might be wondering what the heck is this 120-person campaign? Well, let's explain. This is Project Aurora, and it's basically a giant sort of living universe with dozens of dungeon masters, hundreds of players, and all of them basically affect the differing games in their own little unique way. So whatever happens in one group can basically affect all the other groups, and so on and so forth. We have cameos, crossovers, raid bosses, world events, weekly hangouts, you name it. The whole 9 yards, as we try to basically just put on an awesome professional sort of experience. This is my campaign, specifically Soul Strikers, as I take these little 6-level goofballs onto a journey to Seraph Prime, which is basically the anime fighter continent, kind of based off Street Fighter and the Soul Fighter event from League of Legends. Lots of cool stuff, and hopefully that you will be able to join us for the rest of the adventure. Last sort of announcements, for anybody watching live on Twitch, and we stream on Twitch on Tuesdays and Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. For any of you guys, do know that you guys can actually affect the games in real time by giving out inspiration points using channel points, either changing the weather or a bunch of other wacky little features to be able to affect the universe in your own little unique way. But I won't be paying too much attention to any follows, raids, subs, or anything like that. So if you do give them, they're appreciated. But my main focus is always going to be on the game and the player's enjoyment. So with those disclaimers out of the way, let's do this and let's go to Soul Strikers. All right. Let me unmute and let's see what they're talking about. Yo.
I cannot officially endorse that, Dizzy. However, as a character, I'm on board.
Yeah. I don't know what's wrong with extortion, about, but you are lives on the internet and talking about extortion.
Yeah.
What about it?
In Minecraft.
It's in Minecraft.
In-game purchases.
Mm-hmm.
We're not doing anything.
Microtransactions, you know.
Oh man, I'm giving y'all literally the black mom. Oh man. But hope you guys have had a great day so far. I know some people have had some chaotic days. It's a chaotic day today. But hope everything is good and we're able to just sit back, play some D&D, probably do a spa episode, maybe rob the bank. Who knows? It's crazy times.
Who knows?
Crazy times. Oh man. All right. Anybody got any questions before we get started?
Nope.
Oh, you guys can't see the screen. That would be importante. Let's do that. Bam. There you go. Just so you have like context for everything. All right, cool. Though you guys don't have any questions, did anybody want to do the recap for last session? If not, perfectly fine. I can just easily recap what happened last time. But if you do, then you get a inspiration. Any takers or anything like that?
I've got some notes, but it's mainly about what I've done. Does that count, or?
I'd probably prefer. I mean, you could. I'd probably prefer if it's more so like the general sort of thing or whatever, like recapping all the events of whatever happened in Soul Strikers.
Sure. Yeah, I can give it a shot.
Wanna give it a shot? Let's go. All right, Jake. So here's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get an inspiration. But speaking of the topic of inspiration, if you guys haven't already, please do me a big old favor and go fill out the one form. I think I posted an announcement about it in the Discord about the like little Aurora player survey. This way we can sort of help grow and fix, or basically just fix up Aurora to make it even better than it is now. And if you do, then you basically get a D8 inspiration that you can use inside or outside of combat. So go for it. All right. Jakey, if you could take it away, my friend, and recap whatever the heck happened last time.
Alright, so the party went to this Goblin's Garage magic shop, and Blub was kind of just exploring, making a little bit of a havoc. The team members were talking with the Whiztlebang herself, trying to make some kind of deal. While the others were talking with other just patrons and shopkeepers in there, Blub went upstairs into the room that was, I guess he wasn't supposed to, found a magic phone, brought it back down to Whiztlebang because they were asking for him. Whiztlebang kind of panicked and was like, "What are you doing with that? That's mine." He's like, "Oh, here you go," and so gave it over. And while Whiztlebang, I'm not sure if it was while he was being distracted, but the people who were talking with him saw that he had an order for displacer cloaks, and they messed with the delivery date so that we could probably maybe get it later instead of him or her. And then after we got kicked out because Blub kept going into places he wasn't supposed to, we decided to go to the bank. And we tried to make an appointment, and they made it either take an hour or we can pay for it. But then Dizzy was like, "How about I just walk in?" So Dizzy walked through
Classic Disney
and
moment.
just
What
walked
do you
straight to
mean?
the back.
Normal.
And while he was doing that,
They were doing that.
oh sorry, while they were doing
Yeah.
that, Bye Bye Rabbit, I'm sorry, the names aren't there. Well, went to, I remember the images though, went to go explore on their own and found a Shadow Ashanti somewhere, had some discussion with them, and then we got bits of information, like Blub got a discount to the bazaar because of Hugo and his connection with them. We learned that there's a forge master in the slums, and some stuff is going down in Starlight Dockyard. And there's an arena being built in the wasteland, and then after everyone was kind of doing their thing, the bank was starting to get robbed.
Pretty,
Those are my notes.
pretty accurate. Good stuff, Jake. Appreciate you for being able to do the recap. So, as we pick back up exactly where we left off, we look over towards two of our heroes as they are, or specifically Yagnus and Blub, as these two individuals find themselves, quote unquote, heading to the bathroom before you guys would sort of look outside and hear more so a bit of sort of yelling, a bit of multiple individuals sort of arriving, and not necessarily in a happy sort of motion. As you looked outside, you would find as there are dozens and dozens of individuals making their way directly to the door that you stand on the opposite side of. On top of that, you did hear a massive sort of explosion from behind you, and you don't know what happened with it, where it's leading to, or what exactly is going on. You only know that you are in the wrong place at the wrong time, or the right time, depending on what you do. But regardless, let's continue on, and let me change the music, and let's get this going. All right, I'll switch it to this. And we're going to move it to this. Alrighty. Oh yeah, I meant to do that, but it's fine. All right, we're gonna take a little peek-sees over here, my friends. So, you two, as you both are sort of looking outside the door, you hear just the sort of yelling and screaming, as I mentioned before. You see, but as soon as you begin to look over and outside, you see multiple of these individuals sort of dressed in these strange, almost moonlit hoods. You see as they have these almost differing or weird aesthetics. Each and every one of them have something concealing the likes of their face, but the only defining feature is that of a crescent amongst each and every one of their forms. As you look over, you see it's like, that's a fairly bit of amount of individuals, but it gets even worse. You look over and you see slowly sort of erupting and pulling themselves out of the ground. These massive sort of rocky, hulking figures begin to slowly form as you see as these massive colossus begin to make their way down or upwards into or towards this sort of bank area. You see a couple of more individuals that, again, sort of flanking from behind them and getting ready to go towards you, and all a dozen of these individuals are heading north, and you're not entirely sure. Well, you can probably assume that there are other individuals surrounding the bank as well, considering there was also another explosion. With that said, you watch as they begin to make their way closer and closer, and Blub and Yagnus, I need you to do one thing. These individuals are approaching, and they're going to get here rapidly fast. You have exactly 6 seconds to be able to react and figure out what to do before they kick down this door, and they'll be able to spot you. 6 seconds means 1 round of quote-unquote combat, even though you guys aren't in combat. What are you guys doing?
Hide in the bathroom?
Probably.
All right. You guys immediately rush in, sort of trying to make your way through. Blub, you should have the enough of the movement. Same thing with you, Yagnis, to be able to get where you need to go. You do have an action and a bonus action. Blub, are you using your action to hide or just dash forward?
Hide in this stall.
You got it. Make a stealth check. Yagnis, what about you?
There's a small part of me that just wants to act like a receptionist.
I'm gonna be real with you. Even you know that may not be the greatest idea, considering you look like a fucking Ronin assassin.
Yeah. That's.
I ain't even gotta tell you about that one.
Yeah. Probably wouldn't be the best plan, but probably. We don't know what these people look like, but I'm assuming. I think we got a. In character, we got a name of the Lunar Veil. I'm assuming that's their aesthetic, so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hop in and hide in the janitor's closet, honestly.
You got it. You're using your action to. Well, here, hold on, let me make sure. Just in case. And I think Blub should have the movement. Oh man. All right, here's what it is, Blub. Put your token right about here. You got a choice. You can either try to hide in the stall by just dashing, or you can choose to just use your hide action, just hide anywhere else besides the stall. Same thing with you, Yagnis. You got to make a choice.
Can't get
And
there.
Blub jump in the sink and pretend he's just an overflowed sink.
Yes, you can. You can try. We'll keep the 9 or whatever, and then excuse me. Sorry about that. You can try to hide in there. Yagnis, what would you want to do? You want to dash or you want to hide?
I'm just gonna pretend that I'm just a normal person, just about to take a leak.
You got it. Very well, very well. As you both begin to do so, just yeeted them across the screen. Don't want to do that. As you both begin to do this, you'll eventually watch over at, well, not necessarily watching over, but you kind of hear a bit of sort of more so banging amongst the door before eventually you'll hear just a large sort of crash before eventually you'll even see Yagnis just sort of looking underneath the door seal. You'll see as bits of greenery and life begins to slowly start forming and twisting underneath the door seal and slowly creeping its way into that of the bathroom and all around. You notice just a couple of flowers begin to slowly sort of bloom up, including as well as a couple of other mushrooms. With that said, also let me change this thing so it doesn't yank me over every time. Where is it? Pen to token speaker. Core. Give me 2 seconds. I always hate that this, there we go. I always hate that it does that by default. But while this is sort of going on, you will hear bits, multiple individuals sort of walking in. You're not sure exactly where they're going or what they're looking for, but if any of you guys are listening in, you can try to make a perception check though.
Blub is trying so hard to fit into the sink.
He really is.
He could probably do it if he stuck a little bit of himself down the drain.
Woo.
Alright. With that, 16 and a 4. You'll hear as a bit of them begin to start making their way, and you'll kind of hear them speaking in a strange sort of dialect and tone. Yagnis, what's Blub? Yeah, you're kind of just more so you're just sort of trying, like, almost focusing on whatever the heck it is to try to fit into this damn sink, but you're struggling to do so. But real quick, Yagnis, what languages do you know?
Celestial and Infernal.
Orc, Celestial, and Infernal. Let's see. No, yeah, you wouldn't be able to necessarily understand the language, so you would lose out on some of the bit of information, but you do hear some people begin to speak in common, and they'll begin to say, search for the stone, now. Once we find it, report back. We'll look around, and eventually you'll see, or you'll hear as someone begins to speak in common and says as well, fools, you're passing this door. Check it and make sure it's secure. Eventually you'll hear 3 seconds of silence will begin to pass before they'll kick down the door and they'll look to find you, Yagnis. And as soon as this happens, what are you doing?
He's kind of like facing the doorway, like trying to like make it seem like he was about to like walk into a stall.
I get what you mean. So like more so like you weren't necessarily looking towards them as they sort of walk in, more so you're facing the exact opposite way.
Yeah.
Got you. All right. That's all you're doing, correct?
Yeah, but hearing them bust down the door, he's kind of like, he takes a side glance at him, like, kind of like, yo, you need to use the restroom too?
They'll look over at you and they'll say, no, I think we'll be good. And they're going to immediately begin to sort of take some strange sort of device out. You'll see as the one of them, the one towards the southern area. Here, I'll ping them for you. Right over here, you'll see as they'll begin to take out the likes of a canister for a moment, and they'll chuck it off to the side. As they do so, you see as it sort of slams against the bathroom stall door over here before eventually falling on the ground. You'll see as multiple bits of sort of strange greenish smoke begins to slowly start clouding the likes of the area more and more and more. Yagnis, what are you doing? Same thing with you, Blub.
Blub is just kind of, he thinks he's hidden enough and he's just observing, trying to observe subtly.
Would I recognize the canister, like sci-fi stuff? Like, could this possibly be like sleeping gas, tear gas type of stuff, just to distract?
Make a medicine check.
Okay.
Medicine or investigation, I think either works.
Investigation's just a bit higher.
21. This is very much sleeping gas. Looking over towards the individuals with your 21, you also see the masks seem to be able to cover the likes of their face, but also especially their mouths, as to prevent them from also being affected by it. However, remove their mask, they could also be affected by it, but there are a lot of individuals at this moment in time. Odds aren't looking necessarily in your favor right now.
Kind of looks over to them. Howdy.
Ooh, can Blub do something real quick right now?
Yep, you got it.
Go ahead.
So, Blub has aspect of the moon, which means he can't be forced to sleep by any means. When I'm looking at it, can I, and I think I also have like a telepathy thing, could I quickly tell Yagnis to like pretend he's washing his hands, like get a scoop of myself and like put it over his mouth, and would that act kind of as a filter, you think?
I'd say probably not. I get what you're trying to do. I'm just also thinking about like where you get your powers from in general. I imagine probably not, as it would just be more so just covering him at this point in time. I get the idea though. I definitely do get the idea.
The Blub just kind of hides still, just seeing how things go down.
You got it. As this sort of is going, or as this is sort of happening, you'll look over, and as soon as you, you guys are, or the watch the canister begins to sort of go more and more and start filling up the room, Yagnis, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. At this point, while you're rolling that, you'll see as the individual begins to say, "This individual, one of those tech lovers, New Age Babylon probably, or maybe even Zandora. Capture them now!" and look over, and you'll see as more and more of the individuals begin to slowly start swarming before they get ready to start conjuring even more spells. With that, con
We
saving.
can help each other. Just kind of like we can help each other. Would you beneficial to this? Whatever you're doing, I have plans to.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage, my friend. The reason
Alright.
I can't reveal the reason for disadvantage though.
It's all good. Persuasion, and that's control for this.
Yep.
Damn.
Where is? I don't know where that thing went, but it's fine. 9. No bueno. You look over, and they seem to be almost men on a mission. As soon as the sort of clouds begin, or the fumes begin to slowly start forming, begin to start coughing, choking, and hacking for a second before you stumble back towards the door, slamming into it. And with a loud thud and crash, Blub, you look over before Yagnus falls down, unconscious and asleep. Looking over, you'll see as more of the individuals will begin to start sort of scouring the area, looking for exactly if there's any more individuals. You'll see almost like a SWAT team. They'll kick down the first door, finding no one, kick down the second one, and kick down the third. That said, you'll notice this, and just one other person, that's it. And one other person begins to just sort of walk over, see Yagnuson start getting ready to drag his body out. Blub, is there anything that you're trying to do, or are you just trying to stay as quote unquote hidden as possible in this sink right now?
Blub waits to see if there's a way he can like follow them without being seen. If there's not, then he kind of just hides and will try to find Yagnus when he thinks it's safe enough.
Give you this kind of option. You could hop into his satchel or hide in like the big poof of his hair or something like that.
Oh yeah, he's huge.
Yeah.
So there was one thing. I did do some research, more so because I was just curious, because I didn't know how the frick plasmoids and stuff work. So you can, in theory, sort of how you say, like hide into people or like slip into cracks and all that sort of stuff. But the one major thing is you have to basically be carrying absolutely nothing, which works out because Blub is basically, he doesn't have any armor or whatever, right? So that's a start. The only issue is that you wouldn't be able to carry any sort of weapons or even things like an arcane focus. You have to straight up be literally a blob for it to sort of work and such. So just keep that in mind. You can do it. I'll even let you like sort of drop all your shit just on the fly, because I think it's pretty easy as a plasmoid. But just keep in mind, once you like go into that form, you ain't got any of your stuff until you pick it back up. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. If I was also trying to look up plasmoids for first time playing one, if I throw a pseudopod on him or like subtly plop one, do I know where that is?
I think so.
Can I sense it?
I
like
think
familiar.
also because your other sort of thing that we've talked about, you probably would be able to know kind of the rough location of where it is anyways.
Okay. Yeah, I think he'll do that. Then he'll just kind of like, when he sees that no one's quite looking, he'll plop a plasmoid just somewhere on Yagnus, and then it'll like hide within his hair.
You got it. You just sort of throw a little gloop over towards Yagnus as it begins to attach to him. At this point in time, you look over as the individuals look around. Let's see. All right, this thing is clear. And then you'll see as one individual begins to look over towards the sink. That's when the 9 in your stealth check begins to come into play. They'll look over and they'll say, "What in the natural order is this?"
And Blub fully go down the pipes.
Oh boy. Oh man. All right. I will.
Could we have,
I don't think they would grab him. Go ahead, Yagnus.
in that short 6 seconds, as we didn't really do much, could have Blub given Yagnus his book or his tome or something, whatever he uses as a spell focus.
Probably not, considering he was a what do you call it? You guys didn't know what was going on. He just immediately, again, it was just like a split-second decision. Jump in the sink, bro. Yeah.
I got it. All right.
Yeah. So, All right, here's what we gotta do. Here's what we're gonna do. Blow. As you try to sort of slink into the sink, I will need, I guess it's just, oh man, I think it's just a quote-unquote acrobatics check. It's really just a dexterity check for you. I'll say make a dexterity check, roll high, and hope for the best. And they're going to, we'll see what happens from there.
Oh,
Oh no!
Oh no.
it works flawlessly.
As you kind of sort of like try to slink into the sink, you just clog up a little bit of the drain, and as you do so, you're like, oh, it's not draining fast enough. Oh god. You look over and you look up and you just see as your eyes begin to immediately pop up and bulge out towards the individual. This guy is scared to all hell as he nearly backs up and slams himself into the sort of bathroom stall. Oh, what the hell is this? Looks over. I have no idea. What the fuck? They kind of like poke you for a second.
Shouldn't have knocked out the guy who knew.
When he gets poked, Blub just goes.
Look over. As soon as this is sort of happening, you'll see, watch as one of the mages sort of pass by and they'll say, "Fools, what are you doing?" There is a strange substance with eyeballs. I think it's an ooze. Disgusting. Disrupts the natural order. Gather it and we'll sacrifice it later. Now, continue on the mission. Go. Ugh, okay, fine. You'll see as they'll like try to open up the likes of a strange sort of like bag of holding for a moment, and you'll see as they'll try to like grab a blobule of you, Blub, and they're gonna try to stuff it or stuff you inside. Do you let them? They don't know. They don't know what the fuck you are. They don't think you're hostile. They just don't like you.
Blub tries to squirm away, like out of his hands. I think he has advantage on something like that.
You can try one more time, but I will. Yeah, you can try one more time, but you'll still have to make 2 checks because these individuals are. You already failed the one time trying to slink into the sink, and then also all these individuals are now fully aware of you right now.
But would this be an athletics check?
It could be an athletics check or acrobatics, your choice.
Alright, I'll do acrobatics. And you said twice, so I just click it twice, or like hold
just
control or something?
Basically twice. Okay. Yeah. 9 to 14. Let's roll for them. Let's see. So it's pretty good. All right. So athletics. First one. 13. It'll beat the 9. Yeah. 13, 18. I could try, but not enough. You'll see as they'll grab the likes of you, Blub, and they'll begin to start stuffing you into the bag of holding. The good news is you don't instantly start suffocating because you don't necessarily need to breathe. Cool. Plasmoid stuff. But the bad news is you have no idea where the heck you are. You look around and you begin to find yourself sort of floating around in this just utter ethereal darkness for a moment. It's cold. It's strange, but it also feels familiar. There's nothing, just almost pure silence as you drift around in this endless void of space. Regardless, that's what's happening over there. Meanwhile, on the other side of the bank, for the rest of you. Alrighty, look over towards, did England say they would have to be back? They would say, they did say they'll have to be back. Well, we
I am
still
back.
Gotcha, okay, cool.
Yep.
So, Ina, Pelsius, Ainwin, as you all look over, you begin to see as, or hear as sirens begin to immediately start blaring over and over and over again. You'll see as you'll notice as multiple sort of grating bits of steel begin to go across each and every one of the windows, all the sort of doors locking everyone out, but also locking everyone in. You'll notice as these sort of shield guardians begin to start going in, or have these red red, almost serial killer looking eyes as they begin to start activating for a moment. The kiosks begin to power down, and you see as they begin to start scanning each and every single one of you all for any hostilities. With that said, you'll hear as a bunch of the individual or the crowd or civilians are sort of freaking out and trying to figure out what the heck is going on. But you three, what are you doing right here and now?
Yeah. Ina just got right back into the bank, so she just like,
Yep.
when she's like, what the? Oh, I just got here. What did you guys do?
We didn't do anything, but something seems to be amiss.
Oh jeez, where's the rest of the party?
Haven't seen them. Don't know where they have gone.
You don't think it's them, do you?
I would hope not.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see anything. Should we go look for the others, or try to figure out a way to get out of here, or?
Yes, let's go ahead and see if we can track down the others.
Oh god.
At times like this, where the situation may be not in our favor, we should try to keep together or keep some sort of open line of communication.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I guess, Ina's gonna start, like, walking around, I guess, trying to look for them. Let's see. Let's see, which way is she gonna go? Left or right?
I was muted. But you look around in this general vicinity and area, you don't necessarily see them immediately, of course, but you do, if you could, make a perception check for me.
Perception?
Mm-hmm. 7. You do see as a couple of Servitor Ori members are kind of whispering amongst themselves, but you do also begin to hear, all of you can at least hear this, just a massive sort of explosion sound off to the side, further down into, further into the bank. You hear as each and every one of the civilians begin to gasp and start screaming about before Servitor Ori begins to say, calm down, we will handle this, and don't worry. Gibby Bradley is here. We will be safe. Just everyone rest assured. Please. Rest assured that Servitor Ori has your interests in our absolute favor, and we will make sure that you are all taken care of and such. Yes.
That doesn't sound very believable.
Silence you. They'll look over. They'll say, you kind of hear as a little bit of them are whispering again. You weren't able to pass the 7, but you will see as 2 or 3 of them will begin to slowly start gathering up, and they will begin to head into the door past the sort of shield guardian. The shield guardian will take a little bit of time to go towards the front door, and this door is open for only several moments before it's getting ready to close. You guys following in, or you just trying to leave them be and maybe go somewhere else in the chaos?
Yeah. I guess I'll look to the others.
Yep, Pelsis is gonna go ahead and take off right behind him.
I will then follow.
You got it. I'll move Ainwin with you guys in the meantime until Rainbow gets back. All right. As you guys begin to sort of slink in, you'll look over as they're trying to sort of calm the other civilians over off to the side. You begin to walk in over here before eventually you begin to see as they begin to walk into here, a Seraph Prime guard will look over and say, we're securing the area now. Gather your forces and make sure to arm the shield guardians. You know the protocol. 5 minutes, only that. With that, you'll see as a couple or more of the Servitor Ori individuals will nod, and they'll begin to start going through a couple of sort of the book ledgers and more, and you'll see they'll start taking out different sort of items. As each and every one of them sort of do, you'll notice as they'll begin to usher out a phrase. Pelsius, I'll say you and Ainwin can maybe make a perception check, but it's a pretty tough deal, or I said DLC, DC to be able to hear exactly what it is they're saying.
Perception?
Yep, perception. This is hearing. 20, that is the DC. You'll be able to hear it. As you watch as they begin to sort of utter something, you'll notice as a sort of golden sort of silhouette begins to slowly form over them, and you'll also notice a bit of the arcane begins to empower them as well. You hear as they utter the phrase, let me pull it up, afterlife. So you can mark that down if you wish. That said, Rook, we'll head over to Rook in just 1 second. But what are you three doing here and now? The door to this room it's open, but you're probably gonna need to like make a dexterity check to be able to like dolphin dive into there or something.
Yeah, Pelsis is going to continue running after those three.
You got it. Make a dexterity check. Actually say this and I'll say this is well, I wouldn't say it's maintain your balance. Yeah, just make a dexterity check for me, Pelsius. What about you, Ina?
You know, I'll try. I have a feeling I might not make it, but I'll try.
Believe!
There it is, my specialty.
14? That'll be enough. You're able to sort of just barely Mission Impossible and sneak in. 13. Ina, you kind of like get caught, your wings get a little bit caught in the sort of doorway, but you're able to just barely sort of phase on in. Oh,
I forget
man.
about my wings.
Yep.
All right, I live. I exist. What did I miss?
Oh boy, you're diving through a door after Ina and Pelsius. Make a dexterity check, go.
Dex check or acrobatics?
This would be a dex check. Ooh, Aidwin is not so fast with the 6. You rush over, Cannon. You're kind of trying to like get through, but then Aidwin, you rush in before getting almost like hit directly in the head by Ina's sort of stone wings for a moment. And just as that happened, that disorients you just long enough before the door sort of shuts and it locks closed. With that, Pelsius and Ina, you guys are in the room, and you look over off to the side as Rook is just... Well, what is Rook doing right now?
I think her boots are kicked up on the desk.
Oh,
just
man.
kind of very casually looking around at all the chaos, like, not really giving a shit.
Oh,
Just kind of picking at her teeth with a chicken bone.
Fair enough. You know, like the SpongeBob episode where it's like they're inside their brain and everything's on fire and they're all like throwing papers around. It's basically like that right now, and Rook is just again feet kicked up, having a great time.
Yeah, just vibing.
Oh
Wait a
man.
minute. Is she stealing my appointment? Okay, yeah. I guess I see Rook, and I guess Ina's just gonna kind of walk over to Rook, be like, do you know what's going on over here?
I think I heard something about a bank robbery and we're all gonna die.
Oh, well, you guys might die, but I'm definitely not.
I mean,
I mean,
we're all gonna die is an expression. Most of us are gonna die.
Most.
Well, in the essence that there's a robbery going on, I advise us to get together so we can make sure that we defend one another. We don't need to die here.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide whether, like, because I don't like these guys, you know? I'm deciding whether, like, how to go about this situation, right? Like, do we help? Do we not? Do we... She kind of leans her head, not help? And she's saying all this right in front of this guy.
Oh, this guy's
who I
not.
assume hasn't moved.
I'm not gonna move like 20 different tokens all at the same time, but he is not there anymore.
Okay.
He is. You'd actually hear as a bunch of them are sort of saying, gather all the civilians in the sister room. Everyone, on me. You'll see as more and more of the sort of guardians of Midas will begin to slowly start forming. Each and every one of them, just like as if they've trained for this sort of protocol, you'll see as they all begin to take form, and they're actually ushering you into the center of the room, so they can protect each and every one of you. Again, we know out of game you guys are adventurers, but to them you're just civilians, you know.
Yeah. You know, I mean, robbing the bank could be a good way of getting some Serath Prime credits. Or gold or whatever, so they're shitty fake gold.
I do like the way you think, Rook.
Yeah. And we don't have to steal like a lot of gold. I know this is like the people's gold and shit, but also, you know, like, But the way they're
I
running
didn't
things,
really
maybe
come
they
here to
need,
become a.
maybe they need to be knocked down a peg or two. You know?
Yeah. Or we could help and just, tell people that they couldn't protect their bank and we had to help them protect it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Not
way
really
do
in the
we-
market.
That's the thing that
petty
I'm
thief.
wondering. Like, do we hold it over their heads that they needed us to help them, or do we want to just kind of go, oh, we could do both?
We could do both.
You'll see as the shield guardian begins to look over and say, "Please, civilian, escort yourself to the middle of the room for your safety."
Yeah. 1 second.
Yes, give us a moment. We are talking here.
You'll see as they will begin to look over towards the, one of these servitori. Just pick them up. And you'll see as the shield guardian looks over towards them. Very well. And you'll see as they'll start picking up the likes of Pelsius from his collar. They'll begin to almost just completely grab Rook by her head like a basketball and begin to just lift you.
Okay.
They'll kind of just start motioning. They don't really have they'll kind of, I guess, scoop up, with their sort of arm, and
Yeah.
they'll just continue on carrying you guys.
You
You guys still have the conversation while they're doing it.
Yeah.
There we go. That's basically
No.
go.
We could.
Let me
yeah,
down.
Like, I think,
I'm a royalty, you know.
what if we stop the bank robbers and then also, let, I don't know. Oh no, they got into the vault. We had to beat them up in the vault. Oh no, there was a
No.
huge mess. Oh no,
Yeah. This is the second time somebody's picked me up today. I don't know how
Oh,
I
wow.
feel about this.
I am sorry, Your Majesty, but your safety is our number one priority. And they're going to continue start picking up other individuals who are.
I didn't know you were royalty, Aina.
Who's royalty?
I think they were talking to you. I don't know.
Oh, no.
And you're the only one who seems royally.
Oh no, definitely not me.
Okay.
Excuse you. I happen to be from a very known family within my region.
Really?
Really?
What are they called? Wait, who were they?
They're the Auroraverse clan.
I haven't ever heard of them.
But it sounds like
Oh.
you need to do some reading.
What? No. I mean, if I have to read to learn about them, how popular are they really?
And around at this point, as you guys are having this conversation, meanwhile, Ainwin on the other side of the door, as you are kind of just righting yourself after being the door sort of slamming into you. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a second to gather myself and look over and see these three people and kind of assess how they're working and feeling.
You'll look over and you'll see two individuals, one man and then two children off to the side. You'll see as the two children, they seem to be very much frightened and scared, and they'll look over and say, Dad, what's going on? It will be fine. Just let them, just focus on me. Just focus on me. I'm scared. What was that what was that loud noise? And they are, they are definitely frazzled and they are unsure of
Terrified.
everything.
I'm gonna walk over to them, present myself, try to have the dad get behind me and get up against this door. I'm gonna look at both of the kids and I'm gonna kneel down and go, "Don't worry, I am a paladin of Yana. While you are with me, nothing bad will happen to you. Get behind me. Everything will be okay."
We'll look over and they'll say, do what the nice woman is saying, quickly. And they will very much kind of like place themselves sort of together and kind of just, how do you say, you'll see as the two children will kind of bury themselves into their father's sort of chest and such. They'll kind of kneel down in the center. They'll look over towards you and they'll say, do you, well, the father will look over and say to you, Ainwin, do you know what's going on?
I'm going to be honest with you, because information is the most important thing we can have right now.
You hear from the door, "Bank robbery! We're all gonna die!"
Wait, we're going to die?
Absolutely not. That is my compatriot. She likes to over-embellish. As long as you stay near me and we stay quiet and low, nothing bad will happen to us. I will make sure of it. After all, I'm a tournament champion.
Make a persuasion check as they look towards you as you say this.
Right. Hell yeah.
22. The look over as you kind of just ready yourself to protect any of these individuals. And you'll see as the girl off to the side will say, "Oh, a champion? That's so cool." And they'll look over towards you and you'll see as their sort of expression begins to go to that of like a starry-eyed individual as they stare off at you, and they're able to calm down at least a little bit as you're able to secure the situation. Aenwyn, besides that, is there anything else that you're doing in here, or are you just sort of waiting it out?
I'm gonna keep most of my attention on these 3 doors to make sure that nobody to make sure I can attempt to hear before anybody gets in the door. However, I'm gonna have them, since they're from Theros, at least I can at least I believe anyone would be able to recognize their Theros garb. I'm gonna have them tell me about where they're from on Theros and compare our stories.
Gotcha. Just kind of like to distract them from everything and such. Yeah.
Keep their minds off the main event, distract them.
You got it. Alrighty, give me 2 seconds. I got to... Okay. Okay. And... Cool. I hope this should work, but as this is all happening, only a couple of minutes begin to pass, and eventually, all of you, except for those who are unconscious and knocked out at the moment or in the bag of holding, you all begin to sort of hear bits of more and more yelling before eventually you hear sort of blasts and differing explosions. You hear swords clashing and more and more sort of bits of violence from which you can tell begins to start spilling into the bank. With this being said, we're going to change maps for you, and I wish I had the dynamic lighting on this map, but it is fine. Just let me change and shift to how things are right here and now. Okay, should be good. Oh boy.
Oh.
It's a lot bigger than you thought. Oh, brother, shit. Here we go.
Yeah.
And also, for out-of-gig context, more and more are coming as well. It's great. Meanwhile,
there are more people in my room.
Say that again.
More people in my room.
Yeah. Here, let me remove that. So what you probably would have seen is you probably would have noticed as a couple of other individuals would have sort of walked in as soon as it sort of would have went down. Aemon, what would you have done as you would see and notice that they're servitor Ari?
I'm gonna turn around and look at them directly and go, Ufar, you know what is going on, yes? Where is a safe place I can take these people? They cannot fight.
For right now, we can escort them into the room to the north. That is probably the safest location at this moment in time. We can allow you to be placed with the other civilians at this time. Come with us if you want to. If not, we can make sure that you are safe and sound in one of the side rooms.
Point me to where the robbers are.
Look over.
Well, there are civilians in here. My tenant demands that I continue to help them.
I'll look over towards you. No roll needed. They'll hear the sort of conviction in your voice for a moment, and they'll say, Paladins. I'll tell you what. Assist Servitor Ori, and we'll make it worth your while. And they'll begin to start motioning over to open up this door off to the side. At least for like the civilians to pile through.
Yep. I'm gonna turn around to the kids. I'm gonna kneel down. You will be safe with the nice people in green. Go with them now, okay?
Okay, but what's your name?
My name is Enwyn. I go by the moniker the Stormtail. Watch out for me on the battlefield,
Oh, that's so cool. I want to be a Stormtail. No, I want to be a Stormtail. No, I want to be a Stormtail. You can be Stormwind. I want to be Stormtail. No, that's lame. And then you'll see as they just kind of keep bickering and arguing before they're kind of escorted by their parent and the rest of Servitor Ori. All right. With that, you look over and Eamon, are you? You said you want to be escorted into the sort of or wherever the robbers are.
Yep, I want to help with the defenses.
Got you. So you look over and you look behind, kind of like through the door. You do see as some of your allies. You don't know where Yagnis and Blub are, but you do see as 3 of them are kind of brought over off to the side. Not necessarily kneeling, but just kind of in a little bit of a miniature circle over there. Where would you want to go in this case? Do you just want to go wherever Servitor Ori sort of takes you, or do you want to try to work your way into that area? It's completely up to you.
I think seeing my companions over there, I would go in, try and reconnect with them.
You got it.
I need more information about the situation.
Okie dokie. While this is sort of happening, we got a couple of things sort of going on, and as you begin to head forth into the likes of this room, you feel just a bit of a surge in electricity beginning to almost empower you for a moment as you are inspired from the likes of chat. I get an inspiration. Meanwhile, while that is happening, Blub, you find yourself still in that strange sort of bag of holding, in that endless expanse of space and time, before you just hear that same familiar voice that's oh so sweet begin to continue on. Join. Us. As you begin to feel strangely calm. You feel as if everything will be okay. And you're inspired at this moment in time as you get an inspiration from Twitch as well. At this point, Ainwin, as I guess you'd probably be able to sort of look off to the side, but you'll see as the individual off to the north is kind of sitting in the likes of their chair. They kind of have their hands sort of crossed for a moment, and they're looking almost intently towards each and every one of their men before they begin to look and say, all right, it seems to be that we have a couple of unruly individuals who need to be put in their place. But this is all good for us. You know what we do. We're prepared for this moment, and now we're going to defend our home and defend these fine folk. Look, they've entrusted their money here, and they've now entrusted our lives, and we'll make sure to not disappoint. You'll see as he sort of says this, that creepy sort of grin begins to form amongst them once more, before you'll notice as he begins to almost put on these strange brass knuckles, and you'll watch as his entire hand and arm and even kind of like through the likes of his entire suit begins to become completely golden as these massive sort of gauntlets begin to form. He sort of almost punches the likes of his desk for a moment. All right. He'll kind of crack his neck for a moment. Let's crack some skulls. We'll see.
I don't crack many skulls with that. I keep telling people, gold is a soft metal.
Well,
why am I the only one who knows this?
Let's put that to the test in all our cybernetics. With that, you'll see as he's going to start forming. He'll look over and start eventually issuing out demands, and you'll see as he sends out a couple of the, I'm not going to move all the tokens, it's too many, but he'll send a couple of Servitor Ori individuals over to the east, some to the west, and then some towards the south as well, before he will begin to start heading towards, he's still just sort of issuing out other individuals. He'll look over and eventually, or actually no, you go ahead, Rainbow.
I'm gonna turn to Palsius next to me and make it loud enough so that Rook and Ina can hear. I'm going with them to defend these people. Even though they may not need the assistance my tenants demanded. You may either join me or stay here.
Oh, does that mean I can leave?
Yes, if you come with
Cool,
me.
on board. Rook starts moving.
I guess I'll join too.
Oh, they're not gonna let you out. They're not just gonna let you walk out of the. They're not gonna let you walk out of the door unless you say something to convince them or anything. That is their job. Make sure no one gets in and no one gets out. Go ahead.
Your boss just gave us the go-ahead to get out of here and start helping folks. Better let us out.
I didn't hear anything. Make a persuasion check, Rook.
Boop, boop,
The look over.
Nice.
I'm gonna. I was gonna say, can I let us out, or people are going to die? We're here to help people. We are capable of helping. Let us help.
That sounds more of like a deception check. Are you lying or are you being truthful, you know?
boop. Actually, it is a deception, which I mean, it's the same for me anyway. So
I mean, if she happens to wander and she sees people that needs help, she'll help. I don't know.
I mean,
I would say, what is your true intention? And then the way you're wording it, are you trying to deceive them in any way, shape, or form? Even if it's like using some of the truth to hide an overall lie.
I mean, yeah, she does want to help, but she also has material, like, motives as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that would be deception, I guess.
Gotcha. So she wants to help, but she has no motivation to help besides like if it's
I
easy
think
to
we're
do it.
hiding. I think we're hiding something, regardless of whether we are like we do have intentions to help people along the way. We are still deceiving them.
Which is
Yeah.
the better stat?
They're both the same. I have.
Well, they're gonna have completely different results, so
yeah.
it doesn't matter about that.
Because I do want to help, but I might, if I see like a little gold coin laying on the ground, I'm gonna pick it up.
I'd say that's
laying on the
I'd say
ground,
that'd still
in
be
the vault.
persuasion then.
Persuasion, okay.
Yeah, because you were saying you wanna help then.
Yeah.
24. They look over towards you, Rook, and they're pretty confident that you did not get orders from the boss. But they'll look over towards Ina, and they'll see the fact that you have fucking stone wings protruding out of your body. They'll look over towards Rook, who seems to have a rougher exterior anyways, and they'll be able to paint a little bit of a picture. They'll begin to sort of phone in on something, and they'll begin to say, we have a couple of individuals. They look like adventurers. They're seeking to help out in defending the bank. Permission to let them through, or should we just keep them here?
Yes. She tries the door.
Nah, they do not let you through. It's not that easy. Oh, look over. Oh my god, one of them seems like an idiot though.
She's
How
quite
many times
strong.
have you? How many times have you trusted two bone ladies and been disappointed?
You're not helping your case. But look over, Rook. I need you to make a strength check. They need to see proof that you're
Okay.
actually strong, or you're just a dumbass.
Is it strength or athletics?
What do you do if you want to make it athletics? What do you do to make it that way?
If they grab me, can I flip them?
Sure.
Like judo flip them?
Sure.
Nice.
That's a 25.
That's
25.
That's what you like to see.
As you do, you just straight up fucking grab their arm and they're like, hey, what are you doing? Ooh, and just straight up toss them over your whole shoulder where you slam them onto the ground. You see as the air begins to leave them for a moment, and the other guy looks over at the guy on the ground and says, looks over towards you.
Which kind of door?
Okay. All right. Do that to any of the lunar veil out there, and you'll be good. Let them through.
Okay.
All right. We'll hold off. We'll get you guys out there in just 1 second, but just stop right there.
Cool.
Meanwhile, Pelsius and Ainwin, you two over off to the side. Ainwin, you were already clear to sort of help out, but they see Pelsius sort of falling behind you, and they'll look over and say, "Wait, why are you taking civilians outside? We need to have them remain here."
I am not a civilian.
This is a noble where he comes from. He's incredibly skilled in battle, and he helped me take down Rotemkin. Do you really want to down his strength right now?
Look over towards you. Look over towards Pelsius. Persuasion check with advantage, Ainwin.
Yay! I get to do paladin things, guys!
Nice.
23 and now.
Oh,
We'll take
I'll
that
take
23.
that 23.
As you do, they'll look over. They'll see kind of like Pelsius' sort of aesthetic in general. They'll see the massive bow amongst their back. Fine. With us then. They'll look over and they will let the door open. And with that, it is, oh gosh, both of you guys go into the opposite directions. This is gonna go great for you. It's gonna go fantastic. Oh man.
What
Good,
could possibly go wrong?
good thing you guys have a way to communicate between one another. It's great.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Alrighty.
Speaking of communication.
I need to roll some things. Okay. I need, let's do Pilsius. Can you roll a d4 for me? And then let's go Rook. Can you roll a d4 for me?
At least we're all in pairs.
While they're rolling, I'm gonna cast my message cantrip to speak to Pelsius in his head. Go along with whatever I say. We need to defend these people, and I've been told that we'll be compensated for it.
Elsis is going to go ahead and nod.
Yeah, Rook. The minute the door closes, by the way, Ida takes her hand out to give a high five, secret high five.
Yeah. Rook absolutely high fives you.
All right.
That guy really ate shit, huh?
All right, I think I got
Yeah.
it. I think I got this down from what I can tell. Okay, cool. So what you guys would see, almost in unison. So Aenwyn and Pelsius, you look over towards the north and you will see as a couple of individuals are kind of escorting the likes of, here, if I can grab in. Here we go. You'll see as a couple of individuals are slowly beginning to transport a giant individual that you know very, very familiar. As you look over and you'll see as they are transporting the likes of Yagnus off to the side. However, he seems to be very much unconscious. And despite there being sort of fighting, it seems to be that they're still interested in taking him and his sort of unconscious body. You don't know why, you're unsure where they're going, but you just know they still have them. Meanwhile, on the other side, you do look over Rook and Ina. You do see towards the north, you do see another set of couple of guards as they're also sort of grabbing something, and it's not necessarily blubbing out his entire sort of form, but you do notice something pretty damn familiar, specifically for not only your characters, but even Pepper and even Yumi. As you look to see as more of the strange astral goo is sort of kind of like falling out from the likes of this individual, kind of seeping its way out of this strange kind of bag that was supposed to be tied up, but it's slowly manifesting its way outwards, and you see it amongst this individual. It is very much disgusting and weird, but you do know that astral goop anywhere, and there's no mistaking it on who it probably is.
Oh man.
Aw, beans. They got our boy Blub.
Yeah.
Well.
We should probably go save him, huh?
Yeah, duh. I'm gonna fly over there. Top speed and headbutt this man in the head.
Well, we'll get to that in just 1 second, and we'll get to all of that as you all look over. And here, if you can move your character right back, as you all begin to do this, I'm gonna need each and every one of you to roll for initiative, as your souls are shackled and the time for battle is now. Let's get this going.
Let's go.
All right, so here's how this works. Here, I'm going to drag Rook just back over here. You can still do that like first thing on your turn if you want to, though. But let me grab you guys and add you to initiative. Grab Pelsius and Aenwyn. Good thing that you guys are over to the right. You guys are ranged, so that'll help you out a little bit.
Oof.
Okay, and then Yagnus, I'm gonna add you, and then I'm going to add, for the sake of it, I'm gonna add Blub to the map, even though he's not technically out, but this is more so you can just roll for initiative and you know where the bag of holding is. Alright, so you guys should all be able to roll for initiative. I see there was 2 Yagnuses, I don't know why. I'm gonna take whichever roll was first.
Initiative, on the initiative tab, it showed that I could roll, I didn't know.
Yeah, I see one for an 18. I'm trying to see if I find that 23 anywhere. I don't see the 23 anywhere, so yeah, so we're gonna have to go with the 18. Do not clear initiative. I want to remove combatant.
Weird.
Oh, I know why. I see exactly why.
For some reason, that 23 is... It's a weird roll. It's like the light... It's a lighter color tab. I don't know if it was like...
Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. It should be set up now. It was because you had 2 tokens on the map I had it from earlier, so yeah, I fixed it.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna add. Oh boy, this is about to be a Baldur's Gate combat at this point. We're about to add a bunch of individuals into initiative, friends. All right, and then here's what I'm going to do. For the sake of this, I'm going to keep things very simple. We're gonna do this the old method. We're going to. Here. I'm going to add basically 1 individual to initiative for each monster type, and then anytime it's that monster type in initiative, all of those guys are gonna go. Does that make sense?
Makes sense to me.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna keep them basically in here because this door is completely locked off. I'll just tell you out of game, there's no way you're getting through here. Yeah,
Aw, man.
yeah, none of you guys are rogues. You ain't got explosives or anything like that. Yeah, this is not. You're not gonna be able to get through. So I'll put this guy in here as well. Put the shield guardian here as well. Am I missing anybody? Yes. All right. So let's roll. For
I have
this.
a new.
Oh, wait.
I have new Babylon blowtorch. Let's open this.
Hey man, do what you gotta do. Alright, I think that should be everybody. Oh man, this is about to be freaking chaotic to all hell. Alright, should be good. Let's roll initiative for these NPCs. Alright, top of the round is still going to be Yagnis. You're still going to be Sleep. Second is going to be Servitor Ori versus the Stone Guardians. And then afterwards is going to be Ina, followed by Shield Guardians and Lunar Veil. It looks to be that they rolled pretty high on initiative. So we'll see if you guys are able to get through. Also, for some reason, there was 2 Stone Guardians. So I'm going to make sure... Oh, okay, this guy. Let's take him out of initiative. We should be golden now. Yeah, we're good. Okay, sorry about that. Let us begin. So Yagnis, you are still unconscious at this moment in time, so nothing for you. Servitor Ori members. Say it again.
Just snoozing.
Yep. Servitor Ori members, nothing super crazy happening off to the side. Just more so for thematic's sake, you'll see as a bunch of the individuals are beginning to start conjuring multiple arcane spells. You see as begin to cast an Eldritch Blast after Eldritch Blast as some of the Lunar Veil begins to start forming these moon shields that block each and every one of them off. However, when you see the blasts themselves, they're not sort of this strange Eldritch energy. You'll see as they'll actually begin to send out multiple coins off to the side before they strike into them and explode out into this gold and dust. With that, nothing too crazy. I will keep it basically the way it is right now. Stone Guardian, same sort of thing. You'll look over as these individuals are basically having kaiju fights off to the side. You'll see as the Stone Guardian begins to punch the other individual off to the side and try to root them down. Gonna make a fist attack. 9 to hit. No effect. They're gonna do a second one. 17 to hit and 12 points of damage as they strike into him. You'll see as the metal begins to twist and turn. That said, that is that guy. This guy's going to make his 2 attack rolls. Alright, attack. Same sort of endeavor as the individuals are still battling it out off to the side. This individual is going to try to almost grab the legs of their fists and kind of hammer fist them down and try to knock them out. Alright. I'm gonna make 2 attack rolls, and that will be their go. 11 to 16. I think the 16 hits. Actually, no, the 16 doesn't hit. It just meets the metal exterior. No effect. With that, Ina, you're up. What would you like to do?
Okay. I'm gonna kind of move over here real quick because I want to get a little bit away from the fire. And this is this guy right here. The Lunar Veil Mage is the one who has blood, right?
Yep, correct.
Okay. We have not long rest yet, but I do have one more spell, and so I'm going to use the spell till I can't use it anymore. Magic Missile.
It's an oldie but a goodie.
Nice.
Okay. And then 2 more, right? And that's a D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so that's +2, so 5 + 8 total. Did it do the damage first? Okay, yeah, it did. All right, -8 points of damage. There we go. As you strike over towards the individual, boom, boom, boom. Immediately, the magic missiles begin to almost knock them over completely. They stumble for a moment. You watch the bag of holding begins to spill out onto the ground, rolling into the pillar off to the side. You look over towards you. A nuisance. What's the meaning of this? Look over towards you, Ina. What you got?
Oh, I mean, that's basically all I can do. I just wave and smile at them.
Fair enough. Shield Guardian's turn. They're going to basically do the exact same thing. They're going to start punching and punching away. For the sake of it, it's going to be just basically a kaiju battle until you guys start actually like striking over towards them or doing anything regardless. I'm not going to worry about rolling their attack rolls every 4 seconds. It's all good. All right, Lunar Veil. These guys will see what they're going to be doing. They're going to try to strike out towards these guys right here. They make 1 attack roll, right? Yeah, 1 attack roll. All right, boom. 22. It's going to hit them. They're going to attack some of these Seraph Prime guards as well. We're going to mark this one. That one will miss. That one will miss. This one will hit. 14, 8. And let me just see something. You'll see as again, just more and more of this sort of chaos begins to break out as these individuals begin to continue striking towards each other. Fire begins to start brimming out and almost starts rapidly spreading every which direction and way. This individual off to the side, they will take their turn and they will make their, they'll rush over towards you. Yeah, they'll rush over towards you and they're going to make a pot shot with their long bow. All right. We'll see if you're able to survive.
Oof, this is gonna hurt probably. Oh, haha!
7. You see as the arrow flies over and just strikes off to the almost piercing your head, but you're able to duck and dodge out of the way, and you're good to go. All right, Guardian of Midas. I think there's only one of them, right? Yes, 1, 2. This individual is basically just going to attack this guy over here and call it a day. 1, 2. I just gotta set him up with this. Alright, 12, that will miss. And then this one over here, he's gonna try to attack the Shield Guardian. 18, that'll actually hit. He's good to go. And that will be Guardian of Midas's turn. Ainwin, you're up. What you got?
Alrighty, here we go. I'm gonna move 35 this way, seeing that they have a hold on Yagnus. Oh wait, that's a pillar. So I'm gonna move here, to get line of sight. I'm gonna pull out. I'm gonna draw my pistol from off her thigh, and point it at the Lunar Veil people and go, "Put my friend down now." They are not Servitor Ori, and they're holding my friend. Therefore, they are the enemy.
And if we don't, child?
Then your life is forfeit. I'm gonna fire at him.
Nice! Go for it.
Oh, please hit. Don't make me look so bad.
We believe.
We believe. Remember to target.
11. You do have the inspiration if you want to use it. Actually, did you fill out the survey?
I'm gonna pop the D8 inspiration.
There you go. Rock that D8. 1. Well, the good news is the armor class is 12, so you hit.
Let's go! Oh, thank God.
So with that, 13 points of damage directly towards them as bang, it strikes over and nearly completely takes their whole head off. You see as they stagger stagger for a moment as they drop Yagnus as they roll over, but they're still unconscious and sleeping right now. Ainwin, anything else for you?
Yeah, since I confirmed a shot and since we took a long rest, that means I have my Channel Divinity back. I'm going to Thunderclap Rush. Go for it! Use the ability! Use the ability! Show off the animation!
Please work! that's my thing. Also, for our resident Carlock lover, there you go.
Thank you.
Oh, fuck yes, fuck yeah.
Hell yeah. Where you want to go? There you go.
That's so cool!
Fuck yeah.
Describe what it looks like, Ainwin, as you're able to sort of use your Guardian shot.
Yeah, as soon as the bullet connects with her head, I think you said, sparks of electricity are going to fly out of all 9 of Ainwin's tails as electricity takes over her entire body, and she kind of like Breath of the Wild shifts forward and then reappears right in front of her, rapier fully drawn, ready to strike.
Nice. Make that attack roll. 30 seconds left.
I'm going. Nice.
21! With that, as you take the rapier, you twist the blade, and you see as they drop, as you take the blade out, you drop it, or you watch as their body just simply drops before your wake and might. Ainman, is that your turn, or anything else?
Yes, that is my turn.
You got it. Remove that individual, and let's go to the next person. I believe that is Rook. Go for it.
Me. All right. Of course, I'm gonna go into a rage.
Fair enough.
I would
Hell
like to
yeah.
do-
It even has a sound
and-
effect.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna pull out. Ooh. Do I want? Let's do claws. I'm gonna rip out my claws. Rush forward. I'm gonna step here. Like I'm gonna fly, do a cool little flippy over this dude, and then attack him from the back with my 2 claws.
You got it. Rook, I can just. Oh shit! That's a nat 20. That's what we like to see.
Let's go!
Oh man. So I was gonna say Rook. So I assume that you can just fly over the fire and stuff like that, and that's what you just
Yeah.
did. But just keep in mind that fire is a hazard. Do not walk into it. But
Yeah, I mean,
Rook-
I'm
yeah.
gonna be flying around all the time, so it's not really a problem.
Yeah, but as you do, sort of flying almost around the flames, immediately striking over towards them. Describe that nat 20 and what does it look like as they're near dead?
Yeah, I think what she does is she like flies over. She flies towards them, grabs their head, does like a like this gymnastic fucking flip over them, and lands behind them and just slashes their back. Like a
Heck yeah.
fucking like the creature that she is. And then, let's get Blub out. I'm gonna step here. I'm gonna take the.
Don't you get your second attack or whatever from your claws?
I do. Yes, I'm gonna use it on this guy.
Oh, okay, fair enough. They will take the attack of opportunity, but we'll see.
Yep.
All right, can I
Let's see what happens.
Here, I'm gonna move you back just so I can get the target thing.
Yeah.
14.
That
That
misses.
will miss. Yeah, that'll miss. They try to swing, but you're too fast as you just dash off to the side.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go for this dude's throat.
Go for it. Woo, 16! With the alley
Yeah.
from Ina, you're able to destroy this individual with a single claw attack. With that, the bag of holding is completely dropped on the ground, and you're free to. Would it be an interact action? Oh no, not for this one. I wrote it down just in case they did get captured. You got to use one of your actions to be able to either wake up Yagnis from like a sleep, or to take Blub out of the bag of holding and flip it inside out. So
Gotcha.
keep that in mind.
And I assume and I mean I've used my pretty much all of my action economy, so I don't think I could take this and I couldn't really do anything with the bag, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe we
Yeah.
can work something out with a bonus action, but you already used
I
your
could-
bonus action to rage.
Yeah.
Let's get any wacky
I
ideas
think
within 3
that's-
seconds.
Can I step on the bag and spluge him out? That's a bad word, but it's the first thing that came out of my mouth. Can I disrespect the pouch?
I'll tell you what, because it's Blub's turn next, I will allow it, but you will damage Blub if you do so.
I'm raging. I think Blub would prefer to take their turn and have a little bit of damage.
Jake, it's up to you.
So yeah,
You wanna let it
I'll
happen?
slam my foot. I'll slam my foot down on it
Jake, you cool
and
with that,
splatter
or-
Blub on the wall.
Yeah, no, that
Alright.
works.
Yeah.
You got it. We'll chalk it up to a circumstance dice plus your rage damage, because rage. God damn. Freaking rolled very, very hot. So you're gonna take 8 points of damage, Blub, but you are just immediately just squished out and just splattered onto the pillar off to the side. But the good news is you're free, and you look over towards Rook, and hey, look, it's a buddy.
Hi, Blub. Want to help us rob this bank?
I know what's going on.
They'll look over and they'll say, "Wait, what did you say?" The servitor Ori looks over directly at Rook.
She's joking.
Yeah, I meant I said I said help save this bank. What did you hear?
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Oh god. With disadvantage, how do I do that?
Control. While you're
Okay.
clicking.
Oh god.
Hey man, if there's ever been a time for inspiration.
Oh,
Now is the time.
yeah, I have inspiration, right?
Uh,
A D8.
yeah, if
'cause
you
I
filled
did
out the
the
thing,
thir-
yeah, you can
Yes.
roll a d8.
Okay. I think that's yeah. Let me. God dang it.
Oof. Anybody got some normal inspo? Spare change?
I have an inspo, right?
Can I use my knowledge from the past?
I think
Nah, not for this one.
Yeah.
Club has like 2 because he got the inspiration from last session, right?
Yeah, that's
Yep.
true. It's up to him
Wait, what?
whether he wants to use it.
Yeah.
So do I
Club
just
has-
roll the die?
Nah, you just basically let me know that, hey, I'm using my inspiration, and then Ina could basically re-roll again.
Oh, okay, yeah, I use an inspiration for that.
All right, go
Does
ahead.
not
You
re-roll
just
for
gotta roll
rolls.
higher than a 6 and a 3. Ina, disadvantage one more time.
Okay.
11 plus 2, 13. They look over at you. It's more of like they're okay. At first, they were kind of just allies with you, and now they're more so just neutral. They don't trust you worth a damn right now until you prove otherwise. But the good news is they're not immediately apprehending you and reporting you to the authorities and labeling you as terrorists. So that's good. Because remember, yeah, I don't know if you guys like this thought has came across your mind, but the Seraph Prime guards are working with Servitor Ori. You attack them, bro. You and your factions are wanted criminals.
Oh boy.
So keep that in mind. All right, Blub, take it away, brother. What do you want to do?
Blub, yeah, he's like splats against the pillar, so it takes a second to like pull himself back together, and he just looks around. He's like, "Rook,
This guy's trying to hurt us.
oh, that's not okay. Okay."
Yeah, he's
Oh.
one of the guys who put you in the bag. I think. I hope. I assume.
That thing can talk.
Blub like moves
Yeah, of course
toward
he can
him,
talk.
and then how do I do an attack? Do I just click it?
Yeah, so let's walk you through it. I'll erase the timer for this. So you're gonna just basically go into your inventory. Go to if you're using the spell, then same thing. And you're just gonna make sure to hover over their token. So like hover over the guy's token, and then hit the T key so you target them. There you go. And then now go back to your inventory or spellbook like I was saying, and then just click the icon of whatever you want to do. Oh.
Oh.
God. Blub, your first roll in Soul Strikers and it's a crit. How do you want to do this?
Oh my
Blub,
god.
he like looks at him and does recognize him as the one who was like scooping him out and like poked him inappropriately, and so his arm like turns into a spike and goes into his mouth, and then his hand just kind of like expands and blows up his head.
Hell yeah. As this happens, you'll see his the poor individual's blood goes spewing every which way. He is destroyed. With that, Blub, that is your action. You do have a bonus action.
He looks at Rook and like says like, thanks for helping me, and he like pops out another pseudo-like pod and like, here you go. And, like,
thanks.
gives him it. He's like, this should be my friend.
Hell yeah.
And I think that's it. He's just gonna chill next to Rook because he's still orienting himself.
Fair enough. Let's head over to the opposite side of things. Pelsius, you're up. You look over and you see Ainwin attacking. What do you want to do?
All right, Pelsis is gonna go ahead and move up.
Sorry, I had you selected. My bad.
I was like, good. All right, there we go. Yeah, Pelsis is gonna basically move up.
Careful about that flame.
Yep. And it's basically gonna try to talk this Moon Veil Warrior.
You.
Why are you here and what are y'all doing? What is your purpose?
Look
They
over
would
towards
have
you,
been-
and the only thing that they'll respond and say is, "We seek to bring the Moon Maidens, power to that of all of Seraph Prime. This establishment is a stain amongst each and every one, or every single civilian about this place. We seek to do it a favor. Come now, will you join us?"
I don't exactly have any will to defend this bank because this is not part of my realm in terms of expertise. But this isn't the way to go about it. Hurting innocent people is not the way.
Well, if you wish to defend them and their ideals, then let the Moon Maiden's light take you. That ain't when I'm gonna need to drag you into a secret call in a second, but for right now, Pelsius, you can continue on with your turn.
Yeah,
Her
Pelsis
bar.
is gonna go ahead and take a shot at him.
You got it.
I also want to throw big pugs out. That's my first crit of this. That's my first crit of the session. I'm so
Yeah.
happy.
Hell yeah.
Fred is gonna crit.
Has everyone gotten their first crit in this session?
Not
Good,
Pelsius.
yeah.
I haven't.
Yeah. Oh
yet.
yeah.
All right, Palcius, let's go. Change that.
Pelsius has been
come
rolling
on.
terribly.
I may have gotten one last session. I don't know.
I feel like I think Jake got one last session.
Hey, we take these. We take these.
17, good shot. 6 points of damage as you strike over into him. Oh, I guess I didn't mention this. So for D8 Inspos, you guys can use it on anything. Like it could be a D20 roll, a D6 roll, a D4. I don't care. So just keep that in mind. I forgot about that. That said, Pelsius, you do have your bonus action still.
All right, Pelsius really can't do anything for his bonus action, so that's gonna be the end of his turn.
You can't use the.
Well, since there's no talking with,
Say that again.
I was basically gonna say, well, since there's no talking, I guess we just have to take you down.
You got it. Actually, question, because I know it's a new class. You can't do the ranged echo thingy? I think you have the range for it. I could be wrong.
Let
That looked like
me
30 feet.
check.
Ooh, it could be 35.
Oh, you might be just out of reach.
Yeah, it's 15 feet.
20, 25. Oh, it's 15 feet.
God,
Yeah.
it should be 30 feet if I'm not mistaken. She's one creature you can see within 30 feet.
Right.
Yeah. Oh man, just right out of the range. I mean, hey, if you wanna try to rule cool it, see if you can do something creative to be able to get right in range, I'll allow it. You got any ideas?
I mean, since Pelsius is kind of feeling so inclined to make sure that the innocent people within this bank stay safe, I think after he hits him with an arrow, he's basically going to take a step up just to show him that he means business about defending this bank and making sure that the people within it remain safe.
You got it. I'll say this. I think I got an idea for this. Pelsius, please, if you could, as you are sort of rushing over towards this individual, trying to make sure that they're staying safe, you begin to feel this strange sort of connection to something or someone. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me. This will determine if we're able to let it through or not.
Let's go!
Nice.
There's my grade.
It's that 20 Central, baby! All right, Pelsius, as you're rushing through for a moment, you begin to take your shot for a second over towards the Lunar Veil individual, and as you do so, you begin to feel as if your eye is just sort of burning, almost searing for a moment. You feel this strange sort of pull and pain for a second, but as you do so, everything begins to become clear. Your sight begins to sort of hone in onto the individual, and you can see almost every single angle and all around you for this moment in time. You look over as you're just getting ready to unleash the shot, and you look over towards your right, and you see a dark-skinned individual, dreaded hair and red eye and more, just slow, kind of covered by a little bit of the dreads. As you look over to see a unfamiliar individual, but regardless, you see as they help and aid you in your fight here and now. As you see one of your echoes join the fight, you watch they begin to almost mimic you and take the shot as well. You can use your bonus action to roll your ranged echo D8. That's a nat 20, my friend. Go for it. 2 points of damage. Hey, it all counts. Because,
Yep.
oh boy, here we go with this. Give me 2 seconds. Yeah, There we go. As you strike over towards the individual, you'll see as something begins to sort of crack for a moment. They will kind of almost stagger for a second, and they'll look over towards you, and you'll see as the strange bit of, how you say, greenery and foliage will begin to start almost protruding out from their chest for a moment. But you're unsure of what that means. Pelsius, that'll be your turn, but Ainwin, you rolled a nat 20, correct?
Yes, I did.
Time to go into the secret room. I'm gonna mute, and am I gonna mute chat for this? No, I don't think I gotta mute chat for this. But I'll be right back. Come with me. Alright, Ainwin. So, this was, I did this actually on purpose. When you heard the individual sort of speaking on why they are necessarily here, talking about some sort of Moon Maiden's blessing and all that other stuff, they were kind of stumbling on their words. That wasn't just me as a DM, that was me doing that intentionally. And you kind of feel as if they're not necessarily convinced or convicted of whatever the heck they're saying. And because you rolled a nat 20, you almost feel as if they're making it up entirely. Something's not right here with this individual. Something's completely off. They're hiding something, and they're hiding something big.
Can I religion check the Moon Maiden?
Make a religion check.
Solid 21.
Ainwin, you are a well-versed paladin. You know of the gods, but you have never heard of any Moon Maiden ever. You're pretty convinced that the Moon Maiden isn't something or someone that even exists.
Wonderful. Okay.
Alright, dragging you back.
Let's go.
Let's go here. Let's go here. There we go. Alrighty, we continue on. Let's go to the Lunar Veil Mages. Alright, we got one. We got, the other one's dead. That one's still alive. Alright, this one's going to walk over here, and they're going to start firing at these fools. Actually, they're going to cast Sleep on this whole area, if they can. 18, yep, they will all fall asleep, as you'll see as this sort of strange crescent begins to form before eventually each of Servitor Ori and the Seraph Prime Guards will begin to collapse for a moment. Alright, this individual over here, they are going to, yeah, they're gonna keep it pushing, and they're going to immediately start conjuring a bit with their flames and fire within their hands, and they're going to just unleash a mass torrent of hellish flames towards these individuals. You'll even look over and notice as Plub and Rook, you even notice they're even catching a couple of civilians in the crossfire, specifically hitting the sort of woman off to the side as they try to shield themselves from any other individuals getting hurt. Specifically the one, if you can't see them, over here. Alright.
Oh my god.
No.
They do not care. Alright. Burning hands. Let's see if I can do this. Yeah, there we go. Whew, 14 points of damage. Dexterity saving throw. Dexterity saving throw. 5, 13, 16. That will... 2 of them will succeed. 1 of them will completely fail and nearly be completely incinerated as the flames begin to kick up more and more. With that, that is their Lunar Mage's turn. Priest is going to take their turn. Sorry, I didn't get a chance to look at some of these things beforehand until now. Alright, cool. They're gonna, pop that immediately. You're gonna watch as these strange sort of almost Fae-like creatures are going to begin to start forming all around this being for a moment in time, as they are going to cast a 3rd level spell, specifically Spirit Guardians. With that, there we go. As the sort of night and darkness begins to slowly start forming, you see as this strange but almost beautiful and ethereal colors begin to start forming with that of these strange darker Fae. Alrighty, I'm going to need some spells. I always forget how they rule it in typical 5e versus Celeste. Let me check. If anybody, do you guys know if it's as soon as they step in the veil, they have to make the saving throw, or is it if they start their turn? Just while I'm looking
It's
this
if
up.
they enter the veil or if they start their turn. Most of the time I've seen it ruled that if you start Spirit Guardians, everybody within Spirit Guardians takes damage.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. All right. So here's what they're going to do. They're going to make it a purpose to stand next to everybody.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's time to destroy, build, and destroy. All right. That is the priest turn on that side. Next one. Is there any other priests over here? I don't. Oh, there is one. He is going to.
What? Sensei, why'd you make me think of destroy, build, destroy again?
I thought of it the other day. There you go. There's your little nostalgia flashback.
Why was the host of that show Andrew WK?
No one knows, bro. No one knows. Oh, you're telling me it wasn't moist critical? Alright. Alright. They're gonna keep it simple. They're gonna use a guiding bolt towards this guy. Second level, 15. That one will actually miss. Doesn't matter. Then they're gonna cast spiritual weapon. I will. Actually, nah, just keep it simple. They're just gonna keep it the way it is. All right, next up, Yagnus, you are still asleep, unfortunately. All right, that is your go. I believe in you, but
I'm working on a big guy.
Yagnus, I'll tell you what. Make a con save. Make it a good one. Maybe you'll get lucky.
I ain't gonna jinx nothing, because everybody's been having their moments. Saving throw?
Yep, save and throw.
Oh.
No.
Ah, 5.
Oh man.
Anybody got inspo they want to swing Yagnus's way?
I believe I do.
Yeah, you have the one from chat earlier. You want to
I
give it to
would love to
Yagnus?
give Yagna.
Go for it, buddy.
Here we go. Let's get chat some emotes.
Oh!
Nope.
I was hoping for Crit
No.
City. It is
Oh,
not. It is
damn.
Yeah.
not happening. All right. Well, Servitor Ori, they're going to do the same thing. They're going to try to start taking out these individuals. They're going to cast some Eldritch Blast. Do they have the thing set up? They do not. It's fine. I'm going to do this on a mass scale to make this even easier. 1, 2, and they have 2 each. Okay, so we're going to roll 4d20. Alright, first one misses. Oh god, they fucking suck. Holy shit. They rolled terribly. Alright, this guy's gonna take a d10 though. 9 points of damage. Alright, there you go. Next up, Stone Guardians, Kaiju Battle. This individual is going to try to beat the crap out of the Seraph Prime Guard over here. If I can move that. Come on. Let's attack. 16, that will hit. Second one. There's gonna be another 11 that will miss. All right, that is that guy's go. Am I missing anybody else over here? Oop, sorry. Yeah. All right, this guy, basically Kaiju Battle, and then, yeah, that's it. All right, Ina, you are up. What would you like to do?
Okay, I would like to move up about right here. And I'm gonna cast. Ooh, hold on a second. Whoop. I'm gonna try to cast Firebolt on this dude.
You got it. Conjuring the flames, you're trying to use any bit of power you possibly can.
Yeah.
Ooh, 6. As you try to do so, you just see the Spirit Guardians kind of get in the way.
Yeah. I mean, that's all I can technically do. Let me look at something real quick.
You got it.
Ooh. Okay, no, that's an action. So yeah, that's all I can do right now.
Easy enough. All right, Kaiju Battles over here. Nothing crazy from the Shield Guardians. All right, fist attack, fist attack. Second one. Oh, I don't think that went through at all, but I'll try that again. Fist attack, fist attack. That one will go through. This individual is going to try to, yeah, same sort of thing. 2 fist attacks. Another fist attack. All right, that's about it for them. Next up, Lunar Veil, then Guardian of Mice, then Ainwin. We're gonna come around about to you. Okay, Seraph Prime Guardian, he's gonna need to make a Constitution saving throw. He is in the Spirit Guardians. I'm also just gonna roll this so it's easier so I can look back at it. Alright, everybody who fails is gonna take 3d8 damage. 11, he will fail and he will be destroyed as the Spirit Guardians begin to start piercing and ripping and tearing through his skin. Alright, next up. Oh wait, hold on, I got that wrong. It's not his turn, it is the other guy's turn. Whoops. Alright, this guy, instead, he's going to just take an attack roll towards Servitor Ori, and then keep it going. 11 will hit, 6 points of damage. They will fall dead and defeated. Burning Hands got them before. Alright, that is their go. Lunar Veil Warrior, anybody else? This one over here, we'll actually handle them last, but these three individuals are going to start circling around and try to bring in the pain. Alright, this one's gonna try to kill Servitor Ori, 23 at a 4. Second one's gonna attack. 19, that's going to hit, 3 more points of damage. They are nearly dead and defeated. This individual off to the side is going to try to strike. Alright, there we go. He is up for now. Guardian of Midas is gonna try to strike. Oh my gosh, so many freaking NPCs. Goodness gracious. Alright. Bam, and he is good. I'm gonna try to start rolling these guys' turns like in the background while you guys are taking your turns, just to speed things up even faster. All right, that guy's gonna hit you, and he misses. Cool. Anyone, you are up. What would you like to do?
Heck yeah. I'm gonna step forward, and I'm gonna stab him with my rapier.
You got it. Go ahead. Keep in mind before you decide to do so, you need to use an action to be able to help up Yagnus to help him out of the sleep.
Oh. That's not good. I think I'd rather have big guy up. So I'm going to shake Yagnus awake.
You got it. As you sort of do so, Yagnus, you look over and around, and as soon as you see Ainwin is the first thing that you see, but you also then see another explosion sort of form as you see or the individual who you guys like to call the smiling, punchable face dude begins to immediately sort of break out of the sort of wall as he's sort of in the midst of destroying a couple of sort of Lunar Veil individuals off to the side. And then you look back towards the battlefield ahead of you. Ainwin, anything else you'd like to do for your turn?
Yes. I'd like to bonus action offhand attack with the palm pistol.
You got it.
With this guy right in front of me. Oh
yeah.
wait, is that going to impose disadvantage because of melee combat range attacks?
Technically yes.
Okay.
Unless you have the feat for it.
I do not.
You can always back up, but you will take that attack of opportunity though.
Yeah, I'd rather take the hit than anything else.
Fair enough. As you try to back away, they'll swipe. Here, I'm gonna just move them closer for 2 seconds. 6, you're too fast. Go ahead.
Alright, now I'm going to palm pistol.
Whew! 14. As you do so, one thing. So you remember that one thing that I was mentioning before, Ainwin?
Yep.
Because you got that nat 20. You look over and you do see as one thing is clear. As you shoot towards them, you do see as the bit of their armor is a bit of transparent and such. You fire, and though you do miss, you do see as it begins to almost phase for a second and almost start not short circuiting, I guess it would be more so almost in this sort of strange misty gas for a second. Begins to almost send your bullet flying astray. And this almost just confirms your theory at this point. But you do have used your bonus action. You only have movement now.
I think I'm gonna stand planted, but I'm going to yell out at the top of my lungs, "How dare you hide your evil intentions behind the false religion?"
Astute, aren't you? Very well. You will need to die quickly. With that,
Riot.
Ainwin, I believe that is your turn. Unless there's anything less. Yeah. Alright, Rook, take it away.
Rook is going to do the barbarian thing. He's gonna. Oh, that's the ruler. He's gonna just gonna fly up to this dude.
Fair enough. Do you? I think you make the save now, or how's that? I always forget. I'm sorry.
Let me.
I'll look it
let
up.
me
You do
find
your
it.
you do your thing in the meantime.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, I've got the spell description pulled up on D&D Beyond.
Enters the area for the first time. So yeah, just make a quick con or wisdom save. Excuse me.
Wisdom save. That's a
10.
10.
That'll fail. You'll take the 3d8 points of damage. How much was it? 13 points of damage for you as the spirit guardians begin to start
What
tearing
kind of-
into you.
Yeah, it's radiant damage, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
I think that went through. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then I'm just gonna attack this guy twice.
Go ahead. 18, that's going to hit. They're going to make a con save. They'll succeed the first one, but they will take a bit of the damage as you strike with the claw, almost ripping their entire cloth away. Go ahead.
Oh, he's barely injured, huh?
21 is going to make another con save. This one will fail, and as you strike over towards him, you'll see as you're able to just inflict right enough pain towards the individual, and you'll see as the being begins to sort of stagger for a second, almost slamming into his ally and comrade. And as that happens, the spirit guardians all fade away. You look over and you see as the couple of these sort of Fae were getting ready to strike each and every one of the civilians all around. And you're just in the nick of time to prevent all of that from happening. Good stuff, Rook. You have a bonus action.
Yeah. My bonus action is to. Well. Do I have anything I can do as a bonus action? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't have any bonus action options right now.
All right, fair enough. We go towards Blub. What you got for us?
Blub is like hiding behind Ina's big wings, and he like asks her, who's the bad guy?
What did you say?
Who's the bad guy?
Oh, right over here, and I point them out. The ones in blue.
Okay. Blub does a dissonant whispers on this guy,
You got it.
and he's just like hiding behind Ina still, but just going like,
Yeah.
The individual, they begin to start sort of grabbing their heads. They begin to hear the sort of whispers more and more and more as they get louder and even more piercing. With a 9, they're going to fail and take 12 points of damage. Their entire body is sort of racked with this entire pain. They'll drop down onto the ground. And Blub, that is a good action. Anything else you want to do for your bonus action?
Nah, he'll just stay behind Ina. He's kind of scared.
Fair enough, fair enough. All right, Pelsius, you are up. What would you like to do?
All right, Pelsius is gonna go ahead and take another shot at this guy right here, just try to finish him off.
Sure thing. As you kind of look over and you're getting ready to shoot them, you'll see as they're still bloody, but they ready themselves for whatever it is to come. Anyone, I would also say you could sort of point out that little strange thing from before, if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'm going to basically describe what happened to me and say that they're not how they appear to be.
So that if you're sort of relaying that different information, Pelsius, you will get advantage on your strike then.
Okay, and to do advantage, it's
Alt.
alt.
Oh, that's how you do it.
24 to
There we go.
hit. 24 to hit. 8 points of damage as it strikes over into them, and you'll see as almost completely collapse to the ground. However, they are still left standing. You want to use your bonus action?
Yep, and for the bonus action, he's gonna use Echo Hunter.
You got it. Same sort of thing happens if you. I think you got to hit the ranged echo thingy as well.
I don't know why it's doing that. I'm hitting the,
Not
diagonal.
Echo Hunter. Click on Ranged Echo. It's one of your active
Oh,
abilities.
oh god.
Yeah, there you go. And if that one doesn't work, you can also just roll a d8 manually. It's perfectly fine.
Okay, I rolled D8.
Oh man,
That one.
one. Well, guess what? They got 1 HP. So there you go. As you sort of do so, all right, time for the fun to begin. Give me 2 seconds, and yeah, we'll do this one. As you strike the individual, you'll see as the arrow embeds itself directly into their chest before eventually they'll stagger down into one knee. And you'll see as the sort of visage of them begin to slowly disperse and dispel. You look up, or they look up towards you, Aenwin, and then look over towards you, Yagnus, and then finally over towards Pelsius. As it begins to smile, as the individual you see before you is not that of a sort of humanoid male with this sort of steel or long sword and long bow, but instead a very much alien sort of creature. They seem to have this sort of twisted green skin and this strangely shaped sort of almost limbs and more. They have this long, stringy white hair and a sort of wooden staff of differing bits of mushrooms and flowers and more. Anyone, you have never seen a being like this before, but Yagnus and Pelsius, I need you both to make history checks or nature checks, your choice. Pelsius, you get advantage being an astral elf, though. 13, got you. And then I need one from Yagnus.
I was muted.
Oh.
Does being a blood hunter help?
Nah, not for this one.
Nature. You said a nature?
Yeah, nature or history check.
Be the same. You went nature, I'll go history.
13. You only know surface level knowledge of them, but as you look over towards them, and I want to play, I'll play this one. You look over towards them and you'll see as the individual, they seem to have this strange sort of twisted skin, but they seem to look over towards you and you recognize what seems to be that of a Githyanki woman of the sorts. As they sort of reveal themselves, they'll sort of almost have this strange sort of almost fungi, almost intertwined with the likes of their skin. They look over towards you. They'll say, very well. I guess this veil is enough for now. For the rest of you, continue with the plan and find the stone. Leave these ones to me. Look at you for a second, and they'll look directly at you, Pelsius, as you're the one who struck them. You with the bow. You really do know how to irritate an individual. Fine. Well then let nature's fury take hold of you. And when you and the likes of Yagnus get a little bit of a better shot, you realize this individual is very much clearly not a part of the lunar veil. You look to see as they have the likes of a stasis stone emblem instead. Seems to be there's more going on at this Robbie than what originally seemed to be. With that, Pelsius, that is your turn. They will begin to add themselves into the initiative and they will roll as such. Normal attack roll. They were going to go first in initiative. All right, Pelsius, I believe that is your go unless you're moving at all, or are you staying where you were?
Pelsius is gonna go ahead and stay where he's at, and basically gonna tell him, well, if this is how it has to be, then I guess we got to take you down by force.
Good luck. With that, that I believe is your turn. All right, next up in combat is going to be Lunar Veil Mage. Already did the other one off to the side. This one is going to... this one is probably going to rush away from the likes of Rook, so you will get an attack of opportunity. Are gonna try to take the Seraph Prime Guard down instead, though. So if you want to take an attack of opportunity, hit this guy.
Absolutely, I do. Oh, ooh.
14, that is enough. They try to rush away, and they are dead and defeated before they get the chance. All right. Next up, Priest. They'll look over towards you, or Rook, and as they do, they'll notice that you are basically cleaving into them and causing all types of differing nuisances. And they do not appreciate it. They will look at you, and they will try to finish you off with a...
Give me your bones.
They're gonna hit you, yeah, they're gonna hit you with everything that they got. All right, they're going to first begin to slowly manifest that of a sort of almost a sight before they cast spiritual weapon and then strike over at you. We're gonna make a attack roll with it. Okay, I guess I gotta do it this way. That's weird. 18 to hit, 11 points of damage. Got you. So this
What
is
kind of damage? Force?
Force, yeah.
Okay.
Alright, here, I can subtract it for you. And then they're going to use their action. They're going to cast Sacred Flame. The good news is you do get your danger sense, as they're going to almost kind of form a ring of divine flame and try to encase you into it.
Do they get to attack with a spiritual weapon on the same turn that they use it? I thought it was a bonus action to attack.
Yeah, when they summon it in that same sort of bonus action, they can make an attack roll with it if they're next to somebody.
Okay. I get a dex save?
Yeah, advantage though.
That's all, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh.
God damn it.
Got any you got a D8 or whatever that you can use, or you're all out?
From what kind of inspiration?
If you did the survey, I think you did do the survey.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
think you did the you used your D8 though.
I have not used my D8.
Go ahead.
Let's
You
try
need to
that.
roll a 4 or higher.
All right. Let's hope. Hell yeah.
8. There you go. You're able to sort of survive to live.
Wait, hold on.
another-
Does it matter? I have 5 health.
Oh, no. Sacred Flame is a cantrip, so no
Oh,
no
cool.
damage. All right, slick. All right, that is the priest's turn. Next up, oh boy. All right, it is her turn. She's going to place herself right over here, and it's time for some fun. Oh boy. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I think she's gonna prove a point. All right, she's gonna hold her action. She's going to sit here and hold her action. That's it. Yeah, Agnes, you're up. What would you want to do?
Okay. Kind of like getting awake, a bit bleary-eyed. Is this person in front of me? Would it cost an action or a bonus action to tell if they are the ones who knocked me out?
This individual specifically.
Like, this person like changed. Yeah.
Gotcha. From what you can tell, I mean, probably not. I mean, I'm trying to, it's more so like, they all are sort of dressed in the exact same attire, so it'd be just trying to like tell random guard number 4 from random guard number 7, you know what I mean? So
Okay.
probably not.
Just so I get out, just so we're aware of what's going on around here. These two are fighting each other, and they're kind of swarming in over here.
Which one are you referring to? The guys
Just
over
kinda
here?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
They seem to be the threat at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yagnus kind of is awake now, and he kind of sighs to himself. I tried to be peaceful with you. I tried to be civil. And he's kind of like, he stands up slowly and takes off his, the garb up front, and he's more bare-chested at the moment, and his eyes kind of flash open with, like, his eyes recalibrate into, like, a blaring, like, light, coming from them, and he's mad.
You look over
that
and
he's been
go ahead.
basically like a looming Elden Ring boss just wakes up next to them.
Heck yeah.
It's like,
And you're also flanking, so you will get advantage on any strikes. One thing that you do see, just for context, they immediately, like, as they're sort of holding their action, they slam their staff down, and they're almost in this strange sort of astral trance at this point in time. They're just sort of uttering the words "Vive Valastal, Vive Valastal," just over and over and over and over again. Go ahead, take your turn, buddy.
bonus action, I will take a little bit of damage. How far is Belsis?
Oh, and they seem to be conjuring something as well.
Yeah. Is everybody within 30 feet of me?
I think
Or is he
Pilsius is just out of reach.
Okay, so before I moved away, I was right here, so probably within range.
Yeah, he's just out of range.
Alright. Well,
If you want to do whatever you're going to do, like, beforehand, though, that's fine.
yeah. Basically, as he's standing up, he will cut himself and bring his blade along his chest as he says, "You will offer your penance," and he will take 3d4 damage, giving Awen and Celsius a d4 on their damage, lightning damage.
Nice. As you do, roll those 3d4s, you begin to use the rite of the sacrifice. All right.
Nice.
Whew, that is good. Only 4 points of damage. That's what we like to see. All right. I will subtract the 4 from you. So, Aenwin and Pelsius, remember, any attack rolls that you do from this point on, they do an extra d4. All right, that's your
And
bonus
I have
section.
advantage.
Yep, you have your advantage on your first, well, this strike because you're flanking. One more time. 23, a lot better. 7 points of damage. You strike into them, and you also roll the d4 as well. As electricity begins to surge for a maximum amount of damage. You see as the electricity takes them for a moment, but they seemed, even though they grunt and begin to spill a bit of this strange purple blood, the grunts, they still take it, and they are still standing. Barely at that. That left a big old mark on them.
He will pull the blade from their side and fling it and just splattered across the ground. And that'll be his turn.
You got it. She'll continue holding their action for now. All right, Servitor Ori. These individuals are struggling, but they are going to cast a Burning Hands on these folk. It doesn't have this thing, but that's fine. 36, not too great. I need dex saves from these guys. But I did this on the background. 19 will succeed. 14 will succeed as well. Ugh, not looking good. All right. Take 5 damage, and they will take 5 damage. All right. Anybody else I am missing? I think all Servitor Ori. Oh no, these guys are also over here. They're gonna just make some quick Eldritch Blast attacks. 4d20. All right. Let's see. 5. That one will hit. 2 will hit for 2d10. And that's it for them. Alright, they'll be able to do a little bit of damage to the priest off to the side. And I believe that is all of their turn for now. Oh, did I not roll initiative for him? Oh, that'd be pretty helpful. Alright, let me roll initiative for this guy. Alright. Oh, wait, he's going to do his own thing. Never mind. Whoops. I forgot about that. Alright, sorry, so many different things happen all at once. Stone Guardians, I don't think they're doing anything interesting. I don't think I need to really roll for them. Yeah, they're just gonna be hitting each other as sponges or whatever. Alright, Ina, go ahead and take your turn.
Okay. I look over at Blub, who is currently used me as a human shield. I'm gonna look at him and just be like, I'm gonna move up a little bit. So yeah. And I'm just gonna move a little bit forward. Can he come with me if he's using me as a human shield, or no? If I tell him?
I mean, you can bring him along with you. You'll have half movement speed, but yeah.
Okay,
I match that.
so yeah, I mean, I just need to move a little bit so I can see the battlefield a little bit better. So yeah,
Sure.
if Blub wants to move with me. Yeah. Then I'm going to then cast I'm gonna try once it. Whoops! I'm gonna try once again to cast Firebolt on this dude.
You
Oh, yeah,
got
there we
it. Nice. 24 to hit. As you sling the firebolt directly towards him. Describe how do you want to do this?
I believe it's kind of interesting. I believe that Ina's flame is actually black, so when it hits him, he just bursts into flames, and you just hear screams. I guess. Yeah.
Characters
Nice.
like these, where it's a crime that they can't have Eldritch Blast.
Say that again? Yeah, say that again.
It's a crime that characters like this can't have Eldritch Blast.
Sorry,
Oh,
it's so itchy.
No, I mean, like, for your fucking shadow character, it absolutely fits, and you should have Eldritch Blast.
True.
Thank you.
All right. That said, anything else you want to do for your turn?
Yeah. I guess I tell Love to aim for this guy. And that's it. Hold on. Why did I not target this guy over here? I don't know if you see it, but it's not letting me do the thing.
I saw it, yeah.
Yeah.
Got
Yeah,
you.
that's all I can.
Alrighty. Shield Guardian, same sort of thing. Song and dance. Hold on. Let me minimize this. Alright. Anything crazy happening for these guys? Yeah, they're going to take a attack roll towards them. This one will fall. This one's going to take an attack roll towards them. This one will still remain. This individual will rush over here, try to back him up. Bam, bam, bam. They will still remain for now. This individual is going to try. Actually, I'm going to roll a d4. I don't know exactly which one they're going to. Which one they're going to attack? So 1, 2, 3, or 4. Rook, you're 3. 1. All right, they're gonna hit this guy instead. All right, bam, bam, bam. 21. All right, he is dead and defeated. All right, am I missing anybody? I think that is it. Yeah, I think that's it. All right, this individual's gonna just head over to pretty much here, off to the side. Okay, cool. Guardian of Midas. How many is left? 2. Okay. God damn it, Andre. If you would please let me do my thing. 18. All right, cool. And then same thing with this guy. He's gonna do over here. Cool. Nothing. All right. That is their go. Ainwin, you are up. What would you like to do?
Heck, yeah. I'm gonna stab her.
Go ahead.
Advantage, and you have a D4 of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah. And you said it's hold alt rolls and advantage?
Yes. And after you're done taking your turn, make a perception check.
Okay.
Whew, 24 to hit. 12 points of damage plus a d4 as you strike and slash over towards them with your rapier. God damn, I think that's max damage on both of the rolls. Nice.
Sensei?
Mm-hmm.
I would like to use my last spell slot and smite.
Alrighty. If that's the case, describe what your smite looks like, and then let's roll some damages.
So yeah, she'll kind of flourish her rapier, bring it down to her hip, and under her breath mutter, "First one, wave crushing strike." And as she
Yeah, go ahead.
swings out with it, a little bit of electricity, partially from Yagnis, but partially from her own.
You target them and then hit the smite feature, it should do everything automatically as well. Nice. Easy enough. With that, 6 points of damage towards them. It should be applied and more. Whew. Goodness gracious, not looking too good. But you see, as even though when you try to strike and smite over towards them, they just continue sort of yelling the same sort of phrase over and over and over again. Vive Velastal. Vive Velastal. Over and over and over. Ainwin, is that your turn, or you got anything else? Rainbow? Rainbow has died.
No.
Oops.
I think that's all they could do.
Alright. Well. Alrighty, and well, we will come back to them. For now, I will go to Rook. What are you doing over here? I think Dizzy's muted as well.
Yep.
Oh fuck! I'm tackling this man.
Classic Discord, you're good. You're tackling him, you got it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna rip and tear until it's done.
Nice, 19. That is gonna be 10 points of damage. Plus, I don't think it adds your rage damage, but goddamn.
Oh yeah.
Well, actually, hold on. You actually might be able to save it. Hold on, I think you'd be able to save it. Because it doesn't add your rage damage. And how much damage did you do before?
Well, it's not.
Nah.
I mean, if there's no one else that I can attack, because that claw attack is like part of my single attack action.
Oh, okay. Well,
it's not technically like, unlike like multi. It's not like multi attack like I'd get at 5th level.
Mm-hmm.
It has a very specific wording. It's like once per turn. When you take the attack action with your claws, you can make a second attack.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, so it's not like a bonus action. It's not a. It's basically kind of like a bonus action attack, without using up my bonus action.
Got you. So as regardless, you're able to kill them and completely eviscerate them. How do you do it as you tackle them down?
Oh, I absolutely just like. He's walking towards that dude who, like the guard here, and I just like leap towards him, tackle him, slam him into this pillar here, and just like rip his throat out.
Jesus. With that, good stuff. They will fall dead. And is that your turn, or you got anything else?
I'm gonna yell at this gentleman right here.
Hey, where's the where are these guys headed?
Who in particular?
The fuck?
I point at the dude I just ripped their with no more trachea.
This guy. Where were they going? Do you know where they were heading?
Not,
you know, like their goal here?
Not entirely sure, but I think I'm not entirely sure what this thing is. And you'll see he'll hold out this sort of strange, almost small crystal or diamond-ish sort of thing. It seems to be sort of encapsulated in this almost bit of vines and kind of more and more foliage and such. They seem pretty adamant about this, but I'm not sure what it is. Do you have any idea what it is?
I could certainly try.
You have no fucking clue what it is, but you can always bullshit your way into it.
Oh, this is a really cool rock. I can take it. Take it off your hands.
They just wanted to rock. It's just a. Make a persuasion check, and you just kind of confuse them. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Come on, yes.
18. They'll look over at you, and oh boy. All right, let me get the picture of what this rock looks like. Where is it? I gotta look in the lore keeper's chat.
Oh, this is amazing.
Oh
no.
my
Go,
god!
Rook.
If you figure out what this fucking thing is, this makes it even funnier. Give me 2 seconds. I'm trying to figure out where the heck I put it. Oh, I messaged Doom with it, that's why. Alright, if you guys look in the... I'll see if I can put it on stream, but if you guys can look in the Discord chat, then that is kind of what it looks like. A lot smaller, obviously, but like that general sort of vibe and aesthetic of a sort of gym surrounded in vines and such.
Which Discord?
Here,
Oh wait, no, duh.
Yeah, the little
chat.
voice,
Yeah.
voice call.
Oh, okay. How big is it?
It's literally, it can fit in the size of like palm of your hand. It's very, very small.
Okay. Okay.
But you'll look over and they'll still kind of confused. They'll just say, whatever, it's just a rock. Then, yeah, fine. We'll look to see exactly what they're actually looking after, and I'll hand it over to you.
Neat.
Amazing.
Let's go.
All right, Rook. Add important strange gem in your inventory until you identify whatever it is, and don't lose it.
Ooh. You know, I gotta think about what I want to do with this.
Well, while you do it, so
Because I have...
oh, Well, while you're doing that, Blub, if you want, you can take your turn if there's anything else you'd want to do. There's not many. Well, actually, you define what enemies are and what enemies aren't, so go ahead.
Yeah, Blub just thanks Ina for like bringing them, and then he's like, "Where everybody else?"
I don't know. We went one direction and the others went another.
Oh, and Blub seeing that Rook over there just murdered everyone, he's like, "I'll go find them."
Do you want me to come with? On my turn.
Yeah, follow me.
Okay.
I need
just
both
like-
you guys to make perception checks also. Same thing with you, Rook.
Gotcha.
9, not really over the sort of chaos, but Blub and Rook, 13 and 15. You guys sort of hear sort of either coming from the likes of some of the intercoms from the different servitor, or you kind of overhear somebody saying, "We have the bank for the most part secure. We're heading towards the north, but we're unsure if there's any other stragglers around. If so, take them out. Capture them if you can, but if it comes down to it, kill them where they stand." That's what you would overhear over their sort of intercoms and such.
Blub hears that, and as he's passing these two people, he like looks at them to see if they're going to attack him or if they're gonna let him go. Does he have to make like a check, or is he just kind of gonna keep walking?
Nah, you can keep walking. They saw you sort of attacking the other thing. They don't know what the hell you are, but it's like, whatever. I think you're probably fine. They're more so worried about like getting the civilians out right now.
And he's like, "All right," and just keeps walking. And then, can he use his action to just dash and go more because he doesn't see anyone?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, he's just like, "Hello."
And then at this point, you kind of see Yagnus and maybe like a little bit of like Ainwin's tails and some other strange alien force or alien being sort of conjuring something that doesn't look good.
Oh. I don't think he can do anything from here, but he keeps that in mind.
You got it. All right, Pelsius, you are up. What would you want to do?
All right, so Pelsius is gonna go ahead and gonna go ahead and attack again.
You got it. Go ahead. Where is this? And in the meantime, I can do. Yeah, it'd be right after that. Sure, cool.
Let's go.
That's
Oh, wait, no,
not.
that's
That's not Pelsius. That's Mage. As he's killing somebody.
I got so hyped for you too, Pulsius.
As you do, 19 to hit and 13 points of piercing damage. All right, so it looks like we're going this route. All right, Pelsius, I need you to be extremely specific on where you hit them, or how you hit them, more so.
All right, seeing that they're chanting over and over again and they're conjuring something, Pelsius goes directly for the throat to shut him up.
You got it. As you do so, you send forth the arrow as it begins to just lodge itself directly through their throat. And as they're getting ready to sort of finish the final sort of thing, you look over and you'll see as they look back at you. As they'll begin to screech in this strange sort of almost ear-piercing sort of force. It begins to shake the entire area for a moment in time. I need each and every single one of you guys to make Constitution saving throws. Because you guys were able to kill them beforehand, you do get advantage on these.
Oh, wonderful.
Is this everyone or just everyone over there?
21,
Oh, we were all
19,
pretty high.
18, 21, 27. Not so great. All right. Got you. All right, so give me 2 seconds to look over everything and see exactly where everybody is now. So make sure I got a mental note. Perfect. Okay, as you, or as this sort of happens, this ear-piercing screech begins to form. You watch as the entire bank begins to start shaking for a brief moment in time. You watch as their body begins to start contorting and twisting it in this sort of sick and sinister way for a moment. You almost kind of like a Last of Us clicker. You watch as bits of fungal sort of spores begin to start breaking out of their entire sort of rib cage and spine for a moment. And as this happens, their entire body begins to start twisting and contorting, almost as if they're being, or as if they're almost being possessed by some sort of force. Before you all hear one final thing, before all begins to, or so, all hell begins to break loose. As you begin to hear, in almost, again, that strange alien force and voice.
Striker art. Nature's fury.
And with that, you'll watch as almost the earth itself begins to slowly start erupting every which way. Rocks and more and stones begin to start piercing every sort of individual off to the side. You'll see as some of the civilians are sort of injured and almost tossed into the walls before they're almost wrapped around with these strange vines. And when you look over and you see as you're over towards your sort of foot area, you see as you're almost being dragged further and further into the ground as nature begins to completely go haywire. As you find yourself sort of in this quicksand. With your 18, you're able to still succeed and kind of jump and throw yourself out of the way before whatever the hell is going on begins to sort of take shape. Yeah, this is the same thing as this quicksand begins to almost start reaching over and trying to grasp and pull you down to the depths of hell. Before you're able to, let's see, what was your roll again, Yaknis?
21.
21, same thing, you're able to get out of the way as well. You guys still too take a little bit of damage, but not much, or not as much because it is halved. All right, Nature's Fury, it is, let's see, all right, 4d10. All right, you guys take half of this. 23 is going to be 12 points of damage to, 12 points of damage to Ainwin. And then for you, Yagnis, 12 points towards you. Pelsius, you're able, what did you get on your roll?
20.
20, same thing. To everybody who basically succeeded, it's all this sort of quicksand beginning to just start pulling you and almost trying to break each and every one of your limbs. So Pelsius, you'll take a full 12 points of damage. Eno, what'd you get?
I got a 19.
19, succeed. You'll still take the 12 points of damage. Blub, what about you?
21.
21, you will succeed. You'll take the 12 points of damage. All right. And Rook, what'd you get? Actually, it doesn't matter. You're getting dragged. All right.
I also failed, so.
Oh God. Rook, you or Ina, you'll look over off to the side. You'll see as Rook is being almost pulled further and further down, and you see as each and every one of the individuals that also fail, some of the civilians are being almost encapsulated in this strange sort of fauna. Rook's entire body is completely changed into this almost fungal mess of things as she falls down onto the ground and just becomes one with the soil. You look over, and at the very least, the good news is, because you guys were also able to kill, or not kill her, you guys are able to knock her down. You guys are able to also dispel these things, as they will all begin to collapse and turn nothing more into just a bunch of rocks off to the ground. All right, they will be fallen and they will be dead. Look over, her body will begin to completely just turn and just return to the soil as she will fall down dead. Over here. There are no remains of her body. It is just pure soil, but you're pretty confident that she is not waking up from this one. Gonzo. All right, and am I missing any other ones? I believe that's a majority of it. Yeah, there we go. Yep, that is it. All right, Lunar Veil, Mage's turn, already took their turn. Priest is dead. Yagnus, you look over and you see as these 3 Lunar Veil individuals, they are actually getting ready to retreat at this point in time. I would say for the sake of this, combat is for the most part ending. Were you trying to trail them or sort of track them, or are you just rushing, or are you just leaving them be? What are you doing here?
Well,
Oh no.
I guess he
I
left.
lost him.
Oh man, Discord having all the issues.
Yeah.
It's been bugging for me today too.
Give him like 10 seconds. Maybe, I believe.
No.
Ah, man. All right, I'll say for the rest of you, here, as we come out of the legs of combat for a moment in time, I just need to get a general sort of idea on what everybody is doing. We'll go down the initiative order and we'll come back to Yagnus in a second. But just to sort of recap on what you guys all see. A handful, majority of the civilians or individuals who have failed, they seem to be like more so like the people who aren't necessarily warriors. They seem to be completely encapsulated and sort of in this strange fungal state amongst the ground. The rest of Servitor Ori, there are a handful of them kind of like this, but you do notice as more and more sort of forces from the Seraph Prime Guards are getting ready to rush on in here and sort of regroup and then sort of provide backup and assistance and secure the area. So we head over towards you, Ina. Is there anything specifically that you're doing? Are you getting out of here? Are you waiting for what's to come next? What's going on?
Just real quick, is Rook like sinking right now?
She is slowly becoming more and more with the earth.
Well, yeah. Ina's thinking to herself, not my robbing buddy.
Not. That's one half of the bone, bitches.
I have to save my robbing buddy. So I'm gonna go try to save Rook. Okay, hold on. So that's like right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go. What do I need to do to help her?
It ain't good. Give me a strength check.
Oh God, no!
A sorcerer's worst nightmare. The good news is you will see as some of the other individuals will try to assist you. Like granted, although sort of Seraph Prime Guards and like Servitor Ori, they're trying to like help pull individuals out from the soil, but so everybody's kind of has their hands tied. But this guy up to the north will help you out a little bit.
Help me out. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So do I get advantage? Or?
Yeah, you get advantage.
Okay.
-1 or -2. Oh God, 11. You pull, but she's not budging.
Oh no.
You see as Runk begins to sink even further, and you almost find your hands kind of sinking along with them. That is going to be considered a failure.
Oh God.
Mark that down for Rook. All right. Nature's Fury 1. Okay. Cool. Yeah, that is what you're basically doing off to the side. Yagnus, were you able to hear what I was talking about before, or nah?
No.
Did you hear when I was saying like
basically,
it's Ina's turn, like the recap and stuff?
No.
Gotcha. TLDR, basically all of the bank, or basically these Lunar Veil individuals here, they are getting ready to try to escape and try to flee the scene. A lot of the individuals, like from civilians and even some of your allies, they are more so encapsulated in this sort of strange fungal vine and foliage that is almost bringing them directly into the ground. There are Servitor Ori and Seraph Prime Guards that are getting ready to provide backup and sort of secure the area as combat is basically coming to an end. It's up to you on what you'd want to do in these final moments right now.
You kick me out of Foundry.
Yeah, I gotcha. Let's kick you out. Kick player. Alright, you should be able to join back in. If you want, I could also just come back to you and then
Yeah, just come back to me.
you got it. Alright, let's go to, I believe it is Ainwin, you're next.
With Ainwin's very injured and blood-covered body, she's going to try and make it around the corner to chase down these 3. But if anybody stops her, she's not going to resist.
You got it. As you sort of like walk around or try to walk over towards them, you're trying to basically, what do you mean by sort of stop them? Like you basically like shoot them, kill them, all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, she's gonna aim for leg shots though.
You got it. If you could, please make a pot shot at any one of them you wish.
All right.
This is to see if you can at least stop one and maybe catch them for questioning or anything.
That one, because he's the most injured.
You got it.
I would also like to declare beforehand that I'm going for a non-lethal approach.
You got it.
I don't think that's enough.
Why'd you have disadvantage? Oh, I think it's because Yagnis? I don't know why. You're fine. Let me take whatever the first roll is. 13, so you got lucky. So 13 plus 4 plus 2, yep, that'll be enough. And with the 13 points of damage, it's non-lethal. That'll be enough to knock them unconscious. Whereas you kind of like shoot them in the leg and sort of keep them here for now.
Yep.
That said, you'll see as some of the other individuals begin to start fleeing the scene as they are able to get the heck out of here and just disperse wherever the heck they came from. That guy, he's not so fortunate. All right. Ainwin, is that all that you're trying to sort of focus on doing for now?
Yep. I've dropped both my rapier and my pistol to pull my rifle off my back and shoot them.
Easy enough. All right. Rook, you are in the midst of dying. I need you to make a death saving throw for me, please.
Gotcha. Ooh, where do I make that?
There we go. Oh yeah, you have advantage because you're raced, right?
I'm undead.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So it's cool. You succeed. Good stuff. Go to the next individual. Not in the mission thingy. We can just go skip through here. Blub, what would you be doing?
He's just trying to catch up with Yagnis now that he sees him because he feels bad that he couldn't help him not pass out.
Fair
So he's
enough.
just like, eh. And then dashes again to be like, guys, I'm here. And that's it.
Easy peasy. Pelsius, what about you?
All right, you said she turned into dust or dirt.
She more so became one with the soil, rather. Like her entire body and remains are now just in the ground at the moment.
Okay, so there's no remnants of her.
Not really. You can try to investigate it though if you want to.
Okay, yeah. So Pels is gonna try to investigate it.
With a 9, you don't see any physical things. Like you don't see the staff necessarily much of anywhere. It's just completely consumed within the ground. Not really any remnants of them, but what you do at least realize is that there is a sort of strange sigil kind of emblazoned into the ground. You look over towards it and you're not entirely sure what it means. It looks more so like an ancient sort of script. Make a nature check for me, Pelsius. $11? You're unsure what it means or what it could possibly be, but if you want, you can at least commit the symbol and the shape of it to memory, though.
Yep, so Pels is basically gonna sit there, study it as he kind of runs his hand across it. And under his breath, he goes, Shadow Shanti has no patience for the likes of people like you. We will seek vengeance. As he continues to run his hand over it, and he's quite flustered over the fact that this organization has invaded this bank and hurt innocent civilians.
One thing that as this is sort of all happening, for the sake of brevity and time, you all begin to hear as a bunch of servitor Ori are basically escorting some of the civilians out as more and more of these Seraph Prime guards begin to secure the entire area. They try to get pretty much everybody out of here and try to figure out what the heck is going on. About an hour or so passes by, and eventually you guys are free to more so leave the entire area. But hold on, give me 2 seconds and I can pull this up. There we go. you guys are free to more so leave the area, but the choice is yours on whether you want to sort of stay and figure out what the heck is going on at the bank, or if you want to just be rid of this place and try to get the hell out of here. As you look all around and you guys are exhausted, you guys are injured and near death, completely bloody to all hell, and barely even alive. And you're not even, even Servitor Ori isn't even sure if another attack is going to happen or what. So the choice is yours. Well, yeah, you guys don't have a group name, but the choice is yours for you six on what you're trying to do. But regardless, meanwhile, while that is sort of, you guys are discussing that, you try and you try and try, but Rook ain't coming out of this thing. You spend...
But
Go ahead.
is there another way she could help, like with a medicine check? Or some other kind of check other than strength?
You can try.
If they need Yagna himself, he'll head over there. Also, it still says I'm signed in.
Well, I think Babbitt is muted or dead.
Let me see.
Shoot, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't see you signed in, Sklodon. Let me look over here. It's weird. Yeah, I don't see you signed in on my end.
Oh, it must have updated.
Okay.
I can now go.
Cool.
Yeah. I would be calling out to everybody, like, that I'm needing help, and let's see. I guess I can try to see if, like, I could try to do a medicine. You said I could try to do a medicine check to see if I can help Rook.
Yeah, you could. Medicine, I would even say an investigation check would also work. Or even, okay, so you got medicine, investigation, or arcana. Either of those three would
Arcana?
work, but they'll give you different results.
Let's see. Let's do.
If
I'm gonna try to do
Ina's,
medicine.
if Ina's calling out for assistance, I'm gonna tap Yagnis on, I guess, whatever I can reach, maybe like the knee or some shit, and motion for him to follow me as she clutches her side and tries to drag herself over to where Ina is.
Come on, Rook. I'm gonna try to do a medicine, I think.
I would say that Yagnis was probably just coming off of his bloodlust after getting knocked out and missing half battle.
Nah, yeah.
And he'll make his way on over.
Also, you do, as you're sort of like trying to call out, you do look over and you see as a Seraph Prime guard individual saying, "They're not budging. I'm trying my best, but it's not working. I have to go. I have to look for the others. I'm sorry. I did what I could, but here, maybe this will help at least a little bit." I'll sort of pass you, likes a little small device, and it is in the form of a little chat inspiration. Maybe give you a little bit more quote-unquote strength to pull them out or whatever. But
Okay.
Also have inspiration.
Still a guy to give me some room,
Hell yeah.
and he'll bend down and examine what they're doing.
So you can make an investigation check. Same thing with you, Ainwin. With your medicine check, you look over and you see that this is definitely more of a sort of stranger type of magic, maybe? It's weird. It's clearly druidic magic, but it is more so tainted. Whatever it could possibly be. You look over towards it, and you look even towards bits of sort of Rook, towards whatever sort of remains, and you see within that bit of sort of fungal infection kind of sprouting amongst them that there's this slight sort of tint amongst them. It's this strange kind of purplish energy for a moment. Watch as it's sort of shadowy. It's very, very slight, only because you're able to sort of look in to whatever the heck is amongst them, kind of digging through the soil and more. But when you look towards that part specifically, that strange purplish smoke, flashbacks begin to slowly start forming, Ina.
Oh no, not again.
You find yourself in... You find yourself amongst the battlefield and such. You look over towards your left and right, and you see as multiple warriors stand tall, looking towards this sort of armada of individual creatures, twisted in their form, demonic in nature, as they begin to cause destruction every which way. You see as they scream out before they continue on, bringing in more and more of this sort of purplish, bluish smoke. You see it and gaze into it once more. The void. As it begins to slowly wash over, it takes you once more. Or you find yourself almost still, completely frozen solid. And when Agnes, you look over at Ina before their entire sort of body is just almost exactly like their skin, just completely stone. They're almost mentally and physically petrified right now.
With Agnes rolled an 18 on medicine, he's gonna kind of like kneel down and kind of, so their body is still here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He's gonna start like looking over on the wounds and stuff, and being a blood hunter, kind of go over like general practice of like medicine, and would a potion of healing help this condition? Like, this doesn't seem like a normal one. Would that help get them out of, like, brought back up to a hit point?
You look over at them, and based off of your medicine check, yes and no. Looking at Rook, you see as they're still alive. They're not completely dead and taken by whatever this thing is. However, looking at pretty much the destruction and wake of all the other beings in this sort of, well, bank, that's not necessarily the case for them. A lot of them are completely dead and nullified. However, looking at Rook specifically, you see as her form begins to kind of almost shift for a second before looking at it, that gem, that crystal that she had taken seems to be sort of glowing amongst her. You wager that that's the thing that's keeping her alive right now. Whatever it is, you're probably going to need to utilize it or activate it in some way, shape, or form. And shortly afterwards, immediately shove a health potion to them.
Okay. He'll kind of look over to the other two. It seems like this rock or gem still seems to be the best bit we have currently. And he kind of reaches to his satchel, brings out, and we got this earlier, so
Yeah.
this may have to be a team effort.
Can I talk? Right now?
Yeah.
You're until someone like try to shake you out of it, then you're just staring off back
Okay.
into the void.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. He'll like,
yeah.
sorry. He'll kind of like poke your forehead, kind of wake you up a bit. It's like,
Oh.
you know anything?
Not this. I've seen something similar to this. But if this is here, that means, I'm gonna need to talk to Rev. So I'm sorry. What's going on?
So, just kind of like throwing stuff at the wall, see what sticks. During our arena fight, does this seem like anything similar that Agnes went through when he went under 0, so he went below hit points?
Yeah, on the same vein, is this the same thing that Ainwin has experienced in the shop earlier?
I know what Agnes is talking about. Refer to what specifically when you were in the shop. What part?
When I let out my divine sense near Blub, I had the same like join us thing
Huh.
go off in my head.
Gotcha. Okay. Concerningly, yes to both of those questions.
Oh, wonderful.
I mean, if you were to use a divine sense, you'd kind of sense it a little bit, and you'd almost feel it as if a lot of the general area is. It's not as strong as when you saw it in the shop, but it is faint and it is noticeable, Ainwin. For you,
Okay.
Agnes, you look over towards him, and you can kind of put two and two together. That might also be the reason why Rook is not dead, but granted, she's a lucky individual with the stone or whatever the heck this world has about it, preventing them from dying right here and now. So, regardless, you probably still wouldn't want to fuck around with fate, and you want to help them out as soon as possible. But we'll get to that in just a second. We're gonna head over to the other side of the bank and head over to Blub and Pelsius to see what they're doing.
Yep. So
Blood-
Pelsi
Go ahead.
is basically has taken out a little black book that he carries along with him, and he's basically has drawn the emblem that he is studying and writing down a couple of notes, and basically gets up and closes the book and prepares to kind of begin to either check out the area or follow up with his teammates.
Checking the area, it's not really too much besides more and more of just the general corpses. It makes you just almost irritated the individuals for what they had done, but it also still makes you wonder exactly why they did it. What was the purpose of it? Was it just for pure carnage, or was there another reason? You're unsure. But nothing really from what you see. What about you, Blub?
Blub just finally made it over, and then everyone left. He's like, "Oh, okay." So then he just starts following Pelsius around, and watched him pull out that book and like wrote something. And he got curious, and he's like, "What is that? What are you writing?"
Just something for my clan that's going to be discussed at a later date.
Can I see?
No, it's a highly sensitive book that is only meant for eyes who are supposed to be on it to see.
Blub gets discouraged by that and goes, "Okay," and then just walks away because he doesn't want to be around Pelsius right now. He's moody because he's almost dead, and he's trying to hold himself together. His blobs keep like oozing, and he's just like, and he doesn't know what he's doing, but he just kind of goes over here.
Not the stitch blob.
Oh god.
Not the stitch blob.
Protect. But yeah.
Is this little warrior still here?
Yes, they are. Anyone just sort of popped him in the kneecap and then left.
All right, Pelsis is gonna basically.
Listen, she's got priorities, all right?
Hey, I get you. I ain't mad. Give them like the 1 HP so they can actually see their token, but
Then Pelsis is gonna grab him kind of by his clothing. Is gonna go to him. Talk now. My patience is running short.
look over towards you, and you'll see as oh, actually, yeah, you did a non-lethal. Never mind. You'll actually, no, it wouldn't happen just yet. But as you sort of look over towards them, kind of like grabbing them physically with your hand, you see as this sort of bits of illusion begins to slowly disperse for a moment, and you see them for what they actually might possibly be. You see a sort of dryad-like individual. They seem to have bits of sort of flora and fauna kind of mixed in within them. You see a elven individual seem to have like kind of noble-ish sort of aesthetic or garb, but they also have these sort of differing golden piercings every now and again, as you see not this individual, instead this individual. See as they look around, and I'll say. But what is there to talk about?
Why are you here and who sent you?
And why should I discuss such things with you? My mission is done.
Your
I've
mission,
served my
which was
purpose. Now, would you kindly let me rest, please?
I'll let you rest once you give me my answers.
But tell me, why exactly would I do such a thing?
Because if you don't tell me, I have more than enough resources at my fingertips in order to get the answers that I need. And whoever you're trying to protect will fall.
Intimidation check, Pelsius.
Hey.
10.
Solid.
You look at him. Oh, and I guess anybody using inspiration just before I go with it.
Oh, I actually have a inspiration. So D8 from the survey.
Yeah, go ahead. Oop. Hit the little D8 button at the bottom right.
I forgot to hit.
Whoo, slick.
Nice.
Big difference. All right. Never mind with that one. Well, they'll look over and you'll see as their form. It's more so. I guess how do I explain it? Their demeanor sort of shifts to more so they're proud of whatever they did, and more so instead of being secretive and just being content, it shifts to more of fine. I'll revel in my success by even indulging in you and sort of explaining what our purpose was to an extent. Fine. If you wish to know, look around you. Look at these pristine doors, bits and baubles, steel soldiers, made of gears and such, taking from that of nature itself. A perversion of life is what this entire establishment is. Hell, even this entire damn city is a perversion of Nylea's true vision. Or actually, not Nylea. Cut that. Karametra. Big difference. Big difference. If you need to spell it, Karametra is spelled Karametra. And I'm posting it in chat. Karametra.
Neat.
Anybody, you guys would easily be able to recognize Karametra is the goddess of harvest, the nature goddess. If you want to learn more, though, Pelsius, you can make a religion check.
Okay, yeah, Process is going to go ahead and roll that religion check.
11. At the most, you do know that Karametra doesn't have too many enemies, but she does have one singular enemy throughout the Pantheon. And that being Afara, the goddess of the polis. Now, if you really want to write that down, it's like that. The reason why they oppose is because Afara is more so the goddess of civilization, cities, structure, all that sort of stuff. And Karametra being the goddess of nature, naturally sort of opposes it. Now, granted, most of the time, her teachings are pretty much peaceful. And she's even responsible for bringing in a lot of the differing races and being responsible for their existence. More so the animalistic races like Bearkin or even, not Leonin, but like Tabaxis and stuff like that, right? However, some of her more zealots and such take her teachings a little bit too more of an extreme. You can see that this is probably one of the fallouts in this individual's even existence and their ideals and beliefs. You know how to sort of approach this individual to maybe even be able to level with them if you want to for intimidation tactics, but if you want any sort of answers from them, you're probably going to need to act like you hate or you're disgusted by all the bits of, well, technological advancements and sort of prefer quote unquote nature over all of it, aka be a hippie, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. So as
Celsius
commercial,
strip.
Say that again,
so
Agnes.
as commercials,
With Pelsius's grip, I don't think he could pull it off. Anyway.
I'll say. All right,
Wait,
so I'm gonna level with you. This god that you serve, do you really think she'll want you to go to this extent to get to what you need? I myself have a faction which we run, and we basically make sure that we get rid of any of the leaders who are overbearing in terms of their power. But one of the things that we do not and absolutely must not do is hurt the innocent. If anything, we must convert them to our beliefs, to see that there is a life beyond the rulers which keep their thumb over them. Do you really think your God will serve to hurt innocent people? Or do you think she will want to reason with them to have them understand where she's coming from?
Persuasion check, Pelsius.
Hey.
Man, we need the good cop, bad cop. we need
Yeah.
someone. Oh man.
Oh, that was supposed to roll that.
No, you're good. You're good. Blub, you do sort of see this sort of going on off to the side, but you will just hear this individual saying, "They are not innocent. They indulge in these differing sort of aspects of advancements and differing bits of industrialization. They knew damn well what they were doing. They're just as guilty as even you."
Sensei, question.
Yep, go ahead.
So I saw all the antagonist factions, and this one is like our faction's antagonist, like the Flux Flagons.
Yep, technically, yeah. They are anti-advancement, yeah.
Yeah. So would Blub know? Oh yeah, Blub would know that because him and Hugo did it. So as Blub saw the facade disappear and then heard this, he was slowly just slumping over, and then he recognized her, or at least the guild.
So you wouldn't. So I guess for further context, you guys don't know though it's on the world end. You've never interacted with the guilds beforehand. So even these guys are you can make a history check or whatever, and you may have known of them, but you probably have never seen them or interacted with them until Seraph Prime actually happens. You with me?
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So this would be more surreal of them sort of talking about their ideals, and that could either, that could go 10 different ways for Blood. That could piss him off, it could make him happy. It's up to you, you know.
Okay, then yeah, that's what was happening. He was hearing all that, and he's that's he knew that was the exact opposite of what Hugo likes to do, and he likes Hugo, so he's becoming antagonistic to this person a little more. And so then he kind of creeps in, and he goes just on her a little bit because she's down, and he's trying to get a closer look at her face. And he's like, have we met? You don't seem like a nice person. Have you met Hugo? And he just is sitting on her, just staring at her, just completely oblivious to Pelsius's interrogation. Because everything that she was saying was just sounded wrong to him. I guess he tries to interrogate her to see if there's someone else in her faction that he can talk to, because it just sounds wrong. He doesn't like it, and he wants to try to fight it.
Looking over, I know nothing of an individual named by Hugo. However, they're associates with you. Disturbances in the force. You Could not have chose such a thing, though. The plasmoid. One made of chaos itself. Just a byproduct of all the differing wastes of civilization. It's a shame. They kind of just more so look at you, just fascinated, rather.
Okay. That also didn't make Blood feel too good, so now he's just gonna walk away again.
In the meanwhile, while that is sort of happening, we'll come back to this in a second. We're gonna go back to the left over here, and saving Private Rook. All right, what's happening over here?
Okay, so what is it that we need to do?
Are either one of you good with arcanic magics or druidic magics?
No, I'm not really good with druidic. I'm decent with magic. But yes. Yeah, sadly, I don't have druidic magic. Oh my god, cannot speak. Bleh.
Where does Rook have the gem play?
Yeah.
It's just kind of in their, just in their hand, I imagine,
Yeah.
unless like Rook did something else with it.
No, I mean, she probably went to go, like, she was probably looking at it and kind of examining it when she got.
Yeah, she just,
Oh,
yeah,
you
in her
know,
hands.
I'm kidding.
But I mean,
but yeah, she's just holding on to it. So go ahead.
Agnes will take her hand and kind of open it a bit up because he doesn't want to like lose any kind of magic that's already kind of like he doesn't really know what he's looking at.
First things first. If you want to try to yoink that thing, even like try to grasp it, you got to make a strength check for me. You get if any of your allies are helping, you get advantage. But yeah.
I'm just trying to get a look at it, not really pull it from her grasp.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
I want to kind of like, if anybody wants to help, and he'll kind of like go over it, trying to see if he recognizes any of the magic that's taking place to maybe figure out what it does.
Can I help with that or?
I mean, I guess like from what you were able to learn earlier, from like what was on Rook's sort of body with the sort of purple smoke, you have a pretty good idea, if not a confirmation of what it is. And you could kind of explain that to Yagnis to maybe even be able to help him out.
Okay. Yeah. What? Sorry. What did I just
Basically, the
with...
pieces of the void were literally attached to Rook.
Yeah. Yes. So currently, what's happening right now is, it seems that there are pieces of the void attached to her, which is quite strange because I haven't seen it anywhere else except for on my planet. Do I know any way to help her, or
Are we
like,
talking necrotic energy? I'm unsure.
You would know it's astral energy.
It's actually it's astral. Yes.
Interesting.
Okay.
After having so many flashbacks,
So
he'll look at.
Fun fact, you do know of something. This is actually common knowledge, but let's see how much you do know. You get advantage on this because the Hunter's Bane, but make a history check for me, please. Or history or nature, either or. Yeah.
Gonna be the same.
All right, 14. With a 14, you do know of a force known as the Corruption. That is actually like kind of common knowledge in the New Age Babylon, especially with recent events of Astral Odysseys, where you heard there was basically a giant sort of or a space station that was actually destroyed by the likes of the Corruption, and more of it became prevalent throughout the likes of the New Age Babylon. You know that it is a how you say, it's almost like a sickness or a disease that begins to infect humanoids and such. And if it is, you're not entirely sure if there's even a cure for it. But the good news is that Rook isn't really like infected. It's more so trying to weave itself into the soil and around. And it's probably, if you guys put two and two together, it's infecting every last individual who has basically been killed in this bank. And the only thing
Okay.
protecting Rook is that emerald.
Okay. He's going to try and figure out how the device works to possibly fix the situation that's going on. He'll look over to Ainwin and say, I think we may need to get Blub over here.
And
He reminds me of some of this stuff.
Enwin will nod and lift herself up and then start dragging herself basically down the hallway, calling out for Blub and Palsius.
You got it. You can move your token, but Pelsius, you and Blub will hear Ainwin calling out for you.
Okay. Was Blub trying to hide his emotions earlier of disappointment?
No. Nah, he didn't even. Blood didn't even realize you were there. He was just like super distraught at this person's purpose, and it didn't make him feel good.
Okay. And Elwin's calling out to Blub and Pelsius?
Yeah.
Okay. So Pelsius is going to go ahead and wrap up this conversation. Well, just know this. Remember the name Shadow Asante. We are a faction that protects the innocent and get rid of those who are overbearing to the masses. Your faction better watch out. If you do anything to hurt him or his faction, as Pelsius points to Blub, I will take your life with my own hands. And I hope I make this clear that your faction is on watch by the Shadow Ashanti. So you better be on guard. And Pelsius is going to go ahead and stand up. Blub, time for us to go. As he proceeds to take off towards Elwin.
Blub heard that and appreciated it. He's like, okay.
As you guys begin to sort of walk away, the individual begins to kind of just sort of lean back and embrace the soil as it begins to slowly seep into it. You only hear a faint echo of words as they just sing, "We look forward to it," before they just breathe one final time, and they're dead.
Okay, one final look back. Pelsius to go ahead and continue making the way towards Elwin.
Enwin is now using her rifle as a cane, I guess, as she stands there. Rook is in danger. We need your assistance. Please.
What's going on?
Anything you can do. As she turns and starts hobbling back over to her downed friend.
At this point, you guys only have a certain amount of time. The Servitor Ori individuals are getting ready to... At this point, like, 'cause this is within the hour that I was explaining stuff, you guys only have about 5 to 10 minutes, maybe at most, to be able to figure out what you're going to do with Rook before people start escorting everyone out. So, what are you guys doing?
Could I look at this item and figure out, like, is it in what way are they keeping them alive, and like making, what would the process be of getting them back up?
So,
Other than just like, yes, we could just give them the potion, but is there anything else that we need to be aware of?
you need to figure out how to understand the sort of crystal. First things first, I would need someone to make an Arcana check on the crystal to try to actually understand it, not necessarily attune to it, but more so just like understand it enough to use it. That's the first thing. Second thing, I will need someone to be able to make more so a strength check to help pull and pry the crystal out from Rook, and then immediately be able to use it. This will take a bit of strength and maybe even a bit of speed afterwards, as the last and third final check will be a sleight of hand check or a dexterity check to be able to feed Rook the potion before all the bits of, well, poisonous sort of things begin to invest itself into Rook. So, first things first, an Arcana check, then a strength check, followed by a sleight of hand check. So who's making what?
Celsius can do the sleight of hand check
Okay. Who has a
or the
high
dexterity check.
Arcana?
I have a +4. If anybody has
Okay.
higher than that.
I don't have anything higher.
Who
Does-
has who's beefy enough to get it out?
Definitely not me.
I see,
Oh,
I
Kelsey.
see. So this is the party who doesn't have any strength.
Yeah.
That's
We're
the party.
Yeah. We're the
Yeah, the
talkers.
party has no strength whatsoever.
I have a
I
bit,
think-
but not.
I think the one strength person is kind
No,
of
no,
down.
no. Like, see, Dizzy, the thing is, I think we have, in the other group, there's like 4 people who are strength-based. And then they realize, wait, shit, we can't talk for anything. Fuck! Then they realize all the other talkative leaders are in this group. Oh,
Meanwhile,
man.
in this group, we don't have any strength. Fuck.
Look, don't worry. The
got
Venator
front
Society
line.
is just 2 meatheads.
Yeah.
So we didn't have a
Yeah.
choice.
I got a
Right.
12 in strength. I could maybe help out.
Oh,
That's
goodness.
what I have.
The
me.
blob that Blub gave Rook earlier, does that sense anything? Can Blub sense anything from it?
I do have the blob.
That's
I'm
kind of what I
scared to
was
tell
trying
you
to
what it
figure out.
wants. Oh man, I'm a
Yeah.
DM
Oh,
it to you,
man.
Jake.
Alright.
My basically thought pattern was if Celsius can get the potion into Rook, Blub tries to pull in that corruption to himself, because corruption, I don't know, he probably wants more of it. And if, honestly, Yagnis can help Eowyn or Inna in getting the stone out, or figure out how to operate the device.
Okay. I have another idea too, Sensei.
Yep.
Whatever Aenwyn ends up doing, while she does it, she's going to recite a prayer to Yenna that I've written out.
Pog.
Just as a
Feel
little
it.
bit of assistance.
Oh man. Oh wait, actually, I haven't done this in a long, long while. That would be a faith check, my friend. And also,
Oh boy.
because I also have a rule. Oh boy, I forgot those things goddamn existed. All right. So, Aenwyn, and then the prayer, I can actually just read it real quick. Perfect. So, Aenwyn, as you begin to sort of recite this prayer, and to make sure I got this right, you're using this to be able to help pull Rook out. After you guys get the stone and stuff, right?
If I'm pulling out the stone, if I'm attempting to use the potion to heal her, or if I'm attempting to figure it out, whatever she ends up doing, I'm reciting this prayer as I do it.
You got it. We'll handle that in just 1 second. Let's knock this thing out. So first things first, who's making the Arcana check? I need an individual, and I assume someone's probably going to help them, so you will have advantage with it.
I'll help.
Wait, Sensei, I have an identify thing for being one of my Eldritch invocations. Can I identify this thing?
You could, but it would take 10 minutes to do it, and you guys don't really have 10 minutes is the problem.
No.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But
I'll help with the Arcana
that'll
check.
help out. I'll tell you what, if you want us be in the midst of casting Identify, I'll even lower the DC for it. 'Cause that's great thinking.
Is that the ritual casting, or is it like casting it as a spell?
Oh yeah, that's true. Can't you just cast it as a spell?
Yeah, you
I
can.
think mine can because
Most people
the
use it
Eldritch-
as a ritual.
Yeah, but you can just insta cast it. I think
Yeah, you can burn
do
that
that.
as
I-
a cast it.
You're getting
Yeah.
that from Back to the Tome, right?
Yeah, it's one of my Eldritch invocations.
Double check and see if you have to cast that as a ritual. I can't remember if that's Pact of the Tome or just Ritual Caster, the feature. I know one of them I know with Ritual Caster, the ritual spells you take, you have to cast as rituals. But I'm not sure about Pact of the Tome.
I'm pretty sure you do, but I could be wrong. It's been years since I played it.
In my character sheet, it does say it's a ritual, but it also only says 1 minute, and I'm not sure if that's because of.
No, we gotta look at the Book of Ancient Secrets. Let me see. Blah 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 blah. You cast the chosen spells as rituals. Yeah, you gotta cast it as such.
Oh, okay.
Okay, gotcha.
Wait. You can also cast a warlock spell you know as a ritual if it. No, never mind. Never mind. So yeah, it would take the 10 minutes, but I'll still give you the lower DC. So, Ina's helping, but who's making the check?
I guess that's me.
All right, Yagnis, I need you to make a Arcana check with advantage, and then the DC is lowered. So we're gonna give you basically a +4 bonus from Blub.
Okay.
Whew. Good stuff,
Nice.
team. As you guys put all of your heads together for a moment, Blub sort of trying to. Actually, I guess here, Blub, what does it sort of look like while you're casting Identify to try to aid in figuring out what the heck this thing is?
I just fully encapsulate it in my arm or hand, and just it looks like it's kind of just wiggling around in water in my hand because I'm just texting it that way.
Easy enough. How do you help Yagnis when it comes to identifying this thing? How do you sort of use your own bits of magic and knowledge?
I think Yagnis knows more about runes. You want to go off of that?
You're not Ina!
I'm just
Wait,
giving
what?
her ideas. How do you help me? I know about runes, so I'm picking out that stuff, but I'm not the magic user.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. What was the full thing? I
Gotcha.
was.
No, I got
Yeah.
you. So basically, how are you? So Blub is basically, they're assisting with their Identify, and I was having them describe it. How is Ina basically helping Yagnis in identifying the arcane stone with their own bit of magic and knowledge, and then also being from Servitor Vacui? How would you describe it?
How would I describe it? Let's see. I mean, I feel like Ina would probably be looking through her past knowledge of, because Ina would do a lot of research back in her days on artifacts and stuff like that. Maybe she's just trying to kind of think in her mind of what this possibly might be.
Easy enough.
Yeah.
And then Yagnis, as you're sort of doing so, you said you were using, if you want to describe how you would kind of be doing this.
Yeah, kind of this is keeping them in a stasis type of environment and using the blood magic that I know and from history of learning magic but never actually applying it. Figure out how it functions while bouncing off ideas from Ina's knowledge.
As you do so, you're able to identify whatever the heck this thing is, and this just small little gem, it is a fragment of something a lot bigger and a lot scarier.
Oh.
The amount of power that is within this small gem is almost mind-boggling at this point. Magic item status-wise, whether it be rare, super rare, or whatever, it is considered an artifact. One of a kind.
Oh boy.
Oh.
And it is, again, a piece. Looking at this, to read off a little bit of it. This fragment is a piece of the ancient relic known as the Stasis Stone. The faction's entire purpose, and you have a fragment of it in your hands. That rook just said, "Hey, no, it's just a useless rock, bro."
Oh boy.
I didn't
Hell
say it
yeah.
was useless.
Well,
I said
not
it was
useless. It was just it was just a rock. But
Cool
yeah.
rock, brother.
Hell yeah.
Cowabunga.
But as you sort of look into it, it gleams a sort of otherworldly green light and has intricate carvings that resemble a dense forest. And you're looking inside, you can kind of even see as there's differing animals, like sort of visions of animals sort of looking through the foliage and the forest and more. Just the last sort of bit before we go into the next check is legends speak of the stasis stone, a gift of the great goddess of the hunt, Nylea, taken the likes of or the differing forests of Karametra. While the stone's purpose and power is largely lost to history, fragments of it remain scattered throughout the world. This fragment of the hunt is one such piece containing the fierce and untamed essence of nature. With that said, now it's time to rip this thing from the likes of Rook. Or more so, not rip it from Rook, but more so rip Rook and the fragment from the sort of ground.
Yeah.
Alright. Ainwin, as you begin to recite this prayer to Yana, the goddess of messages, the goddess of Kitsune, and the mother of all Teniyama yokai. You say the prayer, but let's see if she listens or if it falls on deaf ears. You will be making a faith check. Here's how this works.
Okay.
So, individuals who worship gods in Aurora, they can make a check to basically get a sort of miniature divine intervention. It's like a very, very minuscule sort of thing. It might just be aid, like, oh, can you help me out here and stuff like that. Anybody can really do it. And you don't even have to worship a god to do it. You can always just pray to the gods and see if they'll help. It's typically done as like last resort or whatever, right?
I feel like this is the last resort here.
So the cool thing is paladins and clerics have a huge bonus towards it, along with warlocks as well. So there's a little fun fact for you. As warlocks can also do a quote-unquote faith check, but they do it more so to their patron, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you will make a charisma check in the form of a persuasion check, since you were trying to persuade them to help you. And the DC is lower for you. Or no, excuse me. You get a +5 bonus for being a paladin. So the DC is 20. It's always been 20, but you have a +9 to this roll, my friend. Good luck.
Oh boy, here we go. If there was ever a moment, let's go!
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, add the
Can
+5 to it. No, she's good. She's
Can
good.
She good? Okay.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because +5 or whatever. Yeah, so that's a 24. As soon as you begin to say this, you watch as each and every one of your sort of kitsune tails begin to sort of flourish for a moment. You surge with electricity and begin to grasp the likes of Rook for a moment. Does anybody choose this help assist in pulling her out?
I don't know if I can.
I'd probably say, I think only people, actually, I guess Palesis is probably the only one who probably could right now. If not, Ina or
Celsius
something.
would,
Or, yeah, I guess Agnes could, but Palesis, if you want to help, it's fine.
yeah, since Celsius is gonna shove the potion, and he can help.
Fair enough.
That way he's at the ready to shove.
Yeah.
Ainwin, here's what I need from you. I need a athletics check, and you're going to get a +6 bonus. Or excuse me, not +6, excuse me, +5, and you have advantage because Pelsis is helping. So it's +5, +1 because your normal athletics modifier. So D20 +6 and roll it twice. Let's see. That's another 20. As you begin to pull the likes of Rook from the clutches of nature itself, you watch as the vines begin to almost forcefully try to drag her down even further. As soon as you try to just immediately do the first tug and pull, you almost get going further into the ground as you begin to seep further and further in. You sort of grit your teeth before Pelsius begins to help and assist you, grabbing the likes of Rook's arm before ripping them free from the vines and more. As soon as you do, you see as Rook's sort of unconscious body begins to slump out onto the ground. Immediately, a surge of purple energy and smoke begins to slowly start forming, trying to take hold of her body. Pelsius, I need you to make a sleight of hand check to try to feed her the potion before it takes hold.
Okay.
And that's a
Let's go. Oh my
final
God.
20.
What?
Ooh.
Oh.
boy.
As soon as you do, immediately you feed Rook the potion, and even though it's just a minor, minuscule potion, it's all that she needs to be able to live another day. Roll that d4 and be happy and proud about it.
And thank you, chat. You're the ones that gave us it.
Absolutely.
Thank
Thank you, chat.
Thank God, chat.
Oh,
Is it just a
thank you.
D4?
It's just a d4.
3 HP.
Let's go.
Let's go!
Oh boy. And
Oh.
as you do, a couple of things begin to happen.
Oh.
The good news is, you guys are able to. It's more so. I'm just gonna take sort of the reins of this because we're we're over time. So bear with me here.
Mhm.
So the first things first, you guys are able to free Rook and let them live another day. First, I'll let at least Rook. What do you say as you're finally able to sort of breathe and look around? You've just been kind of taking a dirt nap, bro.
Yeah.
It's been chill.
Yeah, I spit out some dirt and mushrooms. That. Wait, what happened? Where's the rock?
Agnes would probably take you and lean you up against the pillar and just breathe for a moment.
Okay.
Some stuff happened,
You all
and
good?
hopefully
Cool.
now we should be.
Okay. As a heads up, that rock is what these guys were after.
I think
I don't
we
know
could
what it
tell.
is, but it's cool. I'd run
Very
back
cool.
for it.
Very cool.
As you sort of,
Ugh.
you
Yeah,
know,
like
as you sort of
Rook.
like, go ahead.
Yeah, Rook kind of winces at that, not because she hates it, but because Aenwyn hits like a pain point.
Ooh, ooh, ooh! Watch the shoulder. Yeah.
And then she's gonna reach up with one hand and like pat Aenwyn on the back.
As this is all said and done, you reach out to sort of almost hug Rook, and Rook, you do wince, but it's not as simple as you sort of mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
You all look over as Rook's entire sort of form, it begins to almost start completely shifting and almost twisting and turning. You look over towards her and you see as bits of her hair begins to almost slowly start changing colors for a moment. Her eyes begin to start growing wild in this strange heap. You look over as her entire form and body for a moment just completely almost pixelizes for a second before it returns back to normal.
Oh God! Ow! Fuck! I'm good.
What just happened?
That's been happening. That's fine. I'm good. I don't know.
As soon as she begins to say that, kind of look over towards her, and you can kind of see as her entire form is kind of still like pixelating, but it's kind of returning back to normal slowly but surely. However, you all begin to hear over the intercom this. Alrighty, strikers. Time's almost up. Seems to be that you guys have had your fair share of fun in Seraph Prime, but I hope you guys haven't gotten into too much chaos, because it's almost time for the big one. Round 1 of Soul Strikers will be beginning shortly. Finish up whatever you got to do around the city, and you only got a couple of hours to do so, because right when that clock hits, then it's go time. You'll be reporting to Battlefield Gate 5, and then all hell will break loose. Hope you guys got your blood brellas, because it's gonna be a crazy one.
Yay!
At the sound of this, Agnes kind of just collapses. Like, spa time.
Spa time.
Sure.
Definitely spot time.
I do kind of. Man, I need to justify this. I do kind of want to resolve one more thing before we end.
I got one more other thing, so make it quick.
Oh, gotcha. Well,
Go.
I guess it depends. Because I don't know what your thing is, but I want to save mine for the end because it might be a good thing to end on. But where's the rock right now?
It's Pelsius has no,
Just for Owen.
Ainwin has it because
Yeah.
Pelsius had the potion.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you do with the rock?
After I hugged you and then backed way the heck up, I'm just kind of holding on to it awkwardly.
Okay.
All right. I don't know if they're gonna let us just walk out of here with that. And also, we're gonna need to. I don't know. That thing seems important. Can I see it for a second?
Oh, yeah. Sure. So I'll hand it
Alright.
back to you.
I'm gonna take it. And you said it fits in the palm of my hand?
Yeet. Yep.
Pretty much.
Okay. I'm gonna shove it in my mouth and eat it.
I knew it.
I
knew it.
Saw that coming. Oh no! Ah, my headset died. No!
No!
No.
Hold on, give me 2 seconds.
No.
Yagnis is tempted to just no.
I was powering back on, but that was hilarious. It was literally like, yeah, I shove it in my mouth and eat it, and then boom, doo-doo-doo, and then it's just my headset died. Okay, all right. Let's start with one thing. Oh
Yeah.
God, wait, that makes it even funnier. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh.
Do I go
Hey,
down?
Rook,
Busy moment.
Yeah.
I have a question. Can you
Yeah.
take it out, or no?
And I. What do you mean?
Like, you can eat stuff. I like, you can eat whatever you want. But you tell me, like, does Rook have like a comically, like, they can just like, you know?
I don't think Rook. I think it's terrifying for Rook to be able to reach down her throat and pull things out of her stomach. So, I don't think so.
Is it like Pilot from the King of Madagascar?
Oh no.
Yeah, that I've got a character like
Oh,
that in EA.
boy.
But I'm gonna. Yagnis is going to attempt to grab it, snatch it from her.
All right, real quick. This is I hate to go over time, so we just make it really quick. Athletics check versus Rook's athletics check,
Oh
Okay.
damn!
or I mean, or sleight of hand if you got it. Yeah, Agnes, same thing.
Actually, I'm decent at athletics.
Oh no!
I am gonna use knowledge from a past life to
Oh
bump that up.
no, D6 is deciding everything.
Oh
You
god.
just gotta
Oh, here
roll
we go.
one. A two.
You know what?
Oh, wow.
You know what? I have inspiration. It's a D8.
I have inspiration. That's advantage.
Oh no!
This is
Oh,
just
here we
we're
go.
gonna reverse cards over and over again. Alright,
Oh,
roll one more
God.
time. Rook.
You've seen counterspell chains. Now get ready for inspiration chains.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh.
It's a
God.
nat 1. Oh
Do I
man.
feel a little chaotic and just want to give Rook my inspiration?
Part of me wanted this to happen because it's just the funnier
I-
narrative.
Yeah.
Could I?
I mean, yeah, if you want to.
Yeah, why not?
Alright.
It
Rook.
disappears at the end of the campaign.
God
anyways.
damn it.
Alright, well, I have good. I have, well, actually. What is it? Do you roll? Yeah, you, what do you call it? You roll your knowledge of past life when it comes to the advantage. I did that for Navra when he was playing for Soulbound. So good.
Yeah.
You have to
Well,
beat a
no,
14. That's it. I that's all I've got.
Am I rolling it again?
Yeah, D6.
Okay.
Oh,
12. Unless,
Oh.
alright, now the dice is in your favor. The ball is in your court. Yagnis, you letting this through? I'm asking more, so I guess I asked more so as the player. What do you want? You want Rook to eat this thing or no?
Part of me doesn't, and part of me wants it to go through. You know what?
To cowabunga
Yeah,
or
do-
not to cowabunga?
Do you want to do just a flat D20 roll off?
Yeah, rollies.
Alright,
let's do
fine. There you go. Go ahead.
If you can't decide. I got a 7. God, I'm rolling like shit.
Yep.
And the dice have
Yeah.
decided to
The dice wanted it. I was Yeah,
They
that
really didn't at first.
Oh boy, I can't wait to show
Yeah.
this. This is gonna be great.
Oh, man.
All right.
It's gonna be wild.
So
Yes.
Rook, you eat.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? This isn't the first time I've had a character eat a divine relic gifted by a fucking god, specifically by Nylea. You know, maybe Nylea should probably just stop giving, ancient artifacts to individuals.
To people with very big mouths.
or just small objects.
First it was Ingot, now it's Rook. Here we go
Yippee.
again. All right. So, as you guys, for the sake of brevity, are escorted out, and you guys are free to go wherever you want into Seraph Prime. We'll get to that in a minute. Or you guys will be able to decide that out of game.
Mhm.
One thing begins to sort of happen. You guys head about and such, and as you're sort of walking by, you guys don't hear this. This is more so like a cutscene type of thing, right? You hear this individual as they speak and say, "Yeah, I think I see them. Never really understood that they'd be that dumb, but I mean, I can't really blame them. They're from Tahiri anyways. Nah, I probably won't strike. They got a couple of Chumbas with them, so I'll see what they got, and then I'll probably delta out of here, and then we'll come back later. I'll keep an eye on them, though. Don't worry. Don't worry. All right, yeah, whatever. Just make sure to pass the Yetis as well. All right, whatever. Bye." And you'll see as it sort of looks up, and what you see is an individual who seems to have this strange sort of mechanical arms and such, with these differing sort of spiky blades protruding out of it. You see as they have sort of this bony necklace as well as a couple of shades alongside it. Almost completely metallic face, just watching you all. Individual has a heavy resemblance of Rook. But not the Rook that you know. Another strange one. Possibly from another realm. A cyberpunk realm. And with that, that is where we will end tonight's session. And we'll have to pick it up next week.
Oh boy.
Bruh.
Nice.
Oh man. Thank you guys again for being able to play. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. You guys are awesome. And also thank you, Prometheus, for the raid. Appreciate you. But yeah, sorry we had to go a little bit over time, but oh boy, lots of crazy or differing sort of things being revealed left and right. But yeah, we had a lot to cover. So hopefully Pelsius will finally stop being able to cry in the club, and we'll be able to get him to the bazaar next session. I'm hoping. I'm praying. Don't worry. I'm rooting for you in the corner. I'm waiting. I've had it prepared for like 4 weeks. It's all good. It's all good.
We'll go to the bazaar. We'll go to the bazaar probably like second to last session.
After the beach episode, you guys. It's
After the
a
beach
filler.
Yeah, we gotta do
you
spa
have a quick
episode.
beach episode, then you go to the bazaar. You know
We
what
gotta
it
do-
is.
We gotta do bathhouse episode, then we gotta do beach episode, then we gotta
we gotta
do
get that
bottle
fan service
episode.
in.
Also, I will say I'll decide that later. Never mind, you're good. All right, I'll break down stuff with you guys in just 1 second. I'll make it quick and raid into somebody in 2 seconds, but or probably actually won't raid into anybody, but you guys decide who you think deserves the inspiration, who you want to give a shout out while I'm gone, and yeah, I'll be right back.
Sauce.
All right, thank you guys again for everyone who was able to watch. I have to get going because obviously we went a little bit over time, about 15 minutes or so. But thank you guys so much for being able to join in today. And hey, if you are wanting to be able to affect the games even more, or be able to get even more involved with Aurora, basically we have this cool little thing where it's a little faction wars mini game. It's completely free, and we basically have it where you can pledge yourself to any one of the players' factions. So you can either pledge yourself to Ainwin's faction with the Knights of the Radiant Flame, Blub's faction with the Flux Flagon, Pilsi's with the Shadow Ashanti, and more. And you guys basically participate in sort of weekly little mini game thing that we have prepared with about a couple of dozen other players and even the faction leaders themselves. And we're looking for more people. So hey, if you want to get involved in a crazy kooky little way, I would love for you to do so that way. I'll see if I can drop the link to the application for it in just 1 second.